And the phone starts ringing when I start the talking. Hey guys, it's River Magic and Gaming Gurus number 39. I'm joined by my partner in crime, my friend, the sketchy one. My brain's completely gone dead because of the phone.
The bloody phone.
Tash. I'm sorry,
Hello.
Tash. I was.
I'm here. I'm somebody. I'm like your mate, your co-host, your partner in crime. It's like
I can't believe that phone.
That's what it is. I'm too much. That's what it is.
Hey, the phone was ringing for you, obviously. So it was Donna calling again. It was Donna calling me again because she knew when we were starting.
She knew we were starting late. She was like, bloody hell, you're running late.
If I'd have picked up the phone, it would have been, quick, just start the chat already.
Exactly. I'm just sending her the link.
So, how have you been?
Yeah, hi everybody. It's the world is crashing down around me slowly. No, I'm joking. It's a lot of stuff has been happening lately, hasn't it? It's not necessarily all good.
Well, let's hear about some stuff that's going on, like like the Halloween and that.
Oh well, it was I mean, we knew. I mean, this is something we talked about. Was it was being debated, and there was a lot of echo, like people discussing stuff about the possibility of Halloween being cancelled because apparently only about 30 tickets have been sold, and nothing had been posted by the runners of it, like regarding new guests or what was going on, etc.
So, how many people are normally there then?
There's a good. I'm not sure in exact figures, but there's over a couple hundred, I would have said.
Don't know. Why don't you ever answer the phone? I tried before you came online. Wow. Wow.
That's brilliant.
We never know who's calling. It could be somebody who puts me in trouble. Can you imagine?
Stevie Wonder, I just called.
Can you imagine if Donna picked up the phone and Donna was on the other side, goes, Malcolm there, why hasn't he started the chat yet? Can you imagine those?
Yeah.
So carry on, sorry. So how many people
Good evening, Donna.
Hi, Donna. So how many people are normally there?
I would have said over a good couple of hundred. I mean...
Really? I never thought it got that big.
Yeah, I mean, there wasn't as many there as there was before, but there is at least a couple hundred. I don't know the exact figures though, but yeah, apparently they'd only sold like 30 tickets or something, and we were all waiting, and it was like 2 months. It was supposed to be at the end of October and that. And we were all waiting because no hotel code had been given to give us a discount at the hotel and stuff like that. And people were like, will you please just give us an answer? And finally, on Sunday morning, they posted what my favorite bit about this was, it was like a lot of soul searching, but they spelled it SOLE, like the sole of your shoes, instead of soul as in your actual soul. So it was like, what, you've been searching your shoes? Just so, yeah, I've done a lot of soul searching. We're cancelling the Halloween, and from all intents and purposes, it looks like they mean they're not doing Halloween ever again, because they believe they are foolishly saying it's because there's not an audience, and everybody is like, there is if you bothered keeping. The problem is massive events who do it, they're partner companies with Showmasters. They're run by the same people. And Showmasters have been running so many film and Comic-Cons this year. They've been at Bournemouth, they've been at Belfast, they've been here, there and everywhere.
Sheffield, Milton Keynes.
Yeah, they're too busy they keep adding all these different events, and now they go, oh, actually, we kind of lost track of that event.
I think that they should get rid of Comic-Con altogether.
I think they need to have so many Comic-Cons across the country.
I think they need to get rid of London Film and Comic-Con because no one goes there.
Yeah, no,
I think they need to stop that and the winter one.
Yeah.
So, Brighton. Right.
Oh, we should explain that one in a minute. Yeah.
Get rid of it. They just need to make hotel ones because a smart man would go to hotel ones and pull, right?
Yeah.
So if anyone watches this and you're a single bloke, right?
Yeah.
Quit Comic Con. Don't look at the pill and cosplay, right? Go to the hotel ones because then you'll find people with the same interests you. Hell, research Sherlock, research Buffy if you've never seen it, right?
Yeah.
And then, right, you could pull women there, right?
Oh my God.
Right? Because that's what I'd do. Right. If I was single and I was a lot more confident, I would go to the conventions because I'd know that'd be a way to pull women. Right. So guys, contact them. Go. We want Halloween. Right. Go.
It's a good way to get laid.
Right? Exactly. Yeah. It's a good way to get some action, and it's an even better way to get to see some entertainment. Right. Tell them to get rid of Comic Con where they get hundreds of thousands of people. They don't need that. They need just a few hundred people in different hotels every month or so. There we go.
Well, I certainly don't see the need for 2 London ones. Well, I mean, this is the funniest thing because I was like, because I was wanting to go to the Winter Film and Comic Con because James Masters, Spike from Buffy, was going. And I was like, after how big the summer one was, I was like, all right, that's it. I'll just go for him. And I know it seems like a long way to go, but he was somebody I desperately wanted to meet. I've wanted to meet for years. So I was like, okay, I'll make the trip, And I wasn't happy because it was only going to be, I think it was going to be the weekend after Halloween.
Yeah.
So I was a bit unsure if I'd even be well enough for it. But the thing is I was like, when they cancelled Halloween, I was like, yay, I can focus on Winter Film and Comic Con.
Yeah.
I went to their forum and discovered that apparently they're giving some bullshit excuse that the venue they were going to be at are worried about the size of the event taking over other stuff going on. So they've declined Showmasters having the Film and Comic Con there. So now Showmasters are moving the event to Brighton Hilton Metropole, to a hotel. And I'm just like, hang on, how are they going to be able... But if you go to their website, the best bit about this is they've only got about 8 guests announced. So it's like, why would I book to go to a hotel for 8 guests?
Well, let me read these 2 comments before we continue.
Yeah.
Good evening, by the way, my friends. Good evening. I should say good afternoon. I say good afternoon.
Yeah, for you it's good afternoon.
People won't buy tickets till they know who is going. So if they don't keep us up to date on who's going, we won't buy tickets. They may be cancelled in winter because they have other events and the venue didn't want LFCC crowds upsetting and blocking the others. Well, do you know what? I got an opinion on this. This is the thing I hate about LFCC.
Yeah.
Because I hate that you'll buy your tickets and then you'll get a big name pop up in the last 2 weeks.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I hate that stuff because imagine me, right? Let's say, like how you were.
Yeah.
I've got my tickets. I'm like, I know I want. I'm going to see these. Nero pops up on the screen at like £400. I'm going to be like, all these tickets, I need to sell them for that one ticket.
Yeah.
But then I find out the shop's closed because it's got that limit.
Yeah.
Right? So then I have to basically kill someone for a gold pass, right? Get in there to be with Franco Nero because they didn't do it at the appropriate time. It should be months ahead, but they tell you so that you get the chance. Because what if you have, let's say, for instance, I don't know, let's say you're on just job seekers, all right?
Yeah.
And you ain't lucky enough to be working or have friends that can help or whatnot, right? You might need to save like 20 quid, right, every couple of weeks to meet someone, right?
Yeah.
So if they put up at the last minute, you ain't got a chance, have you?
No, exactly.
Or if you're a kid who's saving pocket money.
Oh yeah, especially
So stuff like that annoys me.
Well, like I say, they've got all of 8 people going. I mean, who they got? They got George A. Romero, and I mean, if I hadn't met him before, I'd be happy. Sophie Aldred out of Doctor Who, I'd met before.
Yeah, well, she's nothing special at the minute.
Some guy out of Harry Potter, who I don't know because I don't like Harry Potter. some dickhead out of Game of Thrones that I'm really not bothered about. James Masters, the guy who played the main White Walker in Game of Thrones. Rene Auberjonois, who I've met out of Star Trek Deep Space Nine and loads of other stuff, and some woman, Maya Stojan, out of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Well, the only people I'd care about meeting from that is James Masters and Giorgio Romero.
Yeah, exactly.
The others just sound like filler to me.
Yeah. It's just like, it's just not, I mean, we're not talking about an event like the summer event, kind of thing. So...
Well, I think the problem is, I think when it gets that big, they didn't expect it to get that big so quickly,
No, exactly.
And the thing is, what will happen is it'll end up like the American one, where it has to be over like all these different places.
Yeah.
I agree, these events do seem to be catered for people with more money. They do. They do. I think that's out of line. I mean, imagine if they'd have had more people like Michael J. Fox and Sigourney Weaver. Let's say they had like 6 people like that who everybody would want to meet. Yeah. But they popped them up at the last 2 weeks. You'd be like...
There's no way, yeah, exactly. It's like you've got to make a choice between one or the other or something.
So what happens is people end up sending their stuff to CEX, end up selling stuff, end up stealing from their families to do this. Or going in serious debt. And I don't agree with stuff like that.
No. Exactly.
What is that noise? There's noise on your end.
Nothing my end.
I keep hearing a...
Really?
Yeah.
There's nothing this end.
That's very weird.
What's bizarre?
It's like, it sounds so weird. Maybe it's something on mine, I don't know.
Maybe it's just something over the line. So yeah, I'm going about Halloween, and I don't even think Brighton is an option for me, so because of travel and stuff. And like I say, if it wasn't just for James, if there was somebody else that I was interested in, I might make the travel. But it's not worth it just for James Masters, no matter how much I want to meet him. So
do the smartest thing. Don't go just buy a couple of Funko Pops.
Yeah,
it's the same thing.
Just buy a game or something. Yeah, exactly.
Get the game, get some Funko Pops, laugh, and think. The annoying thing is though, it's a day out. That's the thing that's annoying.
Well, that was the thing for Halloween and for me is, as I've said on the videos for when I've been away at it, is that especially when my depression has gotten bad over the summer, I have found it so, no matter how down I've gotten from the loneliness at times, I've always come away feeling so much more relaxed and a lot more, like myself again. Now, thankfully, thanks to you and Donna, I've been keeping afloat, but it would have been nice to just have that weekend away to kind of just... get my head straight, kind of thing.
We all need our own time, and we all need things. There's times where I feel like I want to be back in England and away from Donna.
Yeah,
not because
on your own.
Not because I hate her, not because I don't like her, not because I don't love her, because I just want to be somewhere myself. Like I'm sure you are with Halloween and stuff,
Yeah.
You just like feeling like you're somewhere, you're in control of that yourself.
Yeah, I mean, I love my pets and everything. I don't want to be away from them, but at the same time, sometimes you just need you need to see different walls other than the same floor that you're used to looking at all day.
Yeah, exactly. That's the good thing for me with going to the gym because I'm getting out more and I'm doing the stuff, But I get exactly what you mean.
Yeah. So I am gutted. You know what? It was in a long line of other stuff going on, and it was just like anything that could go wrong seems to have been like
especially the month
lately. So
your month's been horrendous.
Yeah, exactly. So it's just, but I got new pets this week, so.
And we can see in the background what they've got too.
What?
The padding stuff.
Huh?
The padding stuff.
Oh yeah, I saw that. Sorry. I wonder what you were looking at. Sorry, I didn't know you could see that. Actually, do you want to see a picture of one of them?
Go on then, that'd be nice because I haven't seen them yet.
I got a tiny picture of one of them because I managed to just barely get one. Hang on.
What, before they ran away?
Yeah, before they ran away.
Because they do like doing that, don't they?
I was like sat with the cage door open and I was like waiting, and it was like waiting for one to walk past kind of thing.
Ooh, 10 hours later.
Yeah. I just sat there with my phone kind of, Hang on, I'm trying to find the bloody thing. So talk about what have you been up to? Because you've had the gym and everything.
Yeah, I went to the gym today and I had a wellness check, and I was told that I'm a pure hunk, and that never happened. I went to the gym today. I tried some more workout equipment. I got a wellness check, which I have to follow up on Wednesday. And the guy asked me silly questions like, "Where do you see yourself?" Right? And I went, "I see myself in the gym. I see myself in the gym." Right?
Yeah.
Doing what? Using the equipment and pointing at it. Right? Do you want to wear a muscle shirt in the future? Maybe. Never thought about it.
Sorriest question ever. Sorry.
Yeah. He was like, he asked me how much I weighed. I told him he put like 40 pounds on top of it because he couldn't understand what I was saying. But that was nice. So I enjoyed that. I did a nice workout. I always end up forgetting stuff. Like I put because you get some towels to wipe over your face.
Oh, yeah.
I always put it in my pocket. Well, I always forget to take it out and put it in the bin thing when we leave because obviously by that time Donna's come up to me and started talking to me. So I always forget.
Yeah.
So I did that. Played Metal Gear Solid.
Yes.
Ground Zero.
But I will say, I was sat there going, you can turn the fucking light off on the gun. I couldn't believe you were using the gun right at the beginning.
Do you know, the thing that made me laugh...
I was like, use a silenced weapon.
This is the thing. This is the thing. In case people want to know, when it comes to me with games, I'm really, really good at shooting, right? But I'm an expert. I'm an expert when it comes to the handgun. When it comes to the handgun, I can get headshots perfectly, right? Yeah. But when it comes to other guns, it's always more unstable. So I end up and shooting loads.
Yeah.
So I was going through that. I thought my run for it was actually quite good, considering it was the first time in
quite a while. I'm just teasing, but no, it was just when you had the torch on and you were using the loud weapon. I was just like,
what annoyed me was the bit where I was shooting the bloody silencer, and it went, your suppressor's gone now. I was like, fuck!
Yeah, I know, yeah.
Right? And then, because people won't have seen this, because I did edit this bit out, there's the bit, where you're taking pads out the building.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
I kept trying to fight the tank.
Oh, you're kidding.
And I was shooting people. I was shooting people, and there's some great scenes of me shooting people. I'm going to have to upload it in a video. And then getting killed because I'm like, the helicopter's supposed to land it, right? And then
did you not get them to land out on the ridge, kind of thing, where
you take the first person?
Yeah,
I did that. The first time I wasn't doing that because I thought, all right, I'll land it. So then I went, so fuck it, I'll just run around and get down that area, right? So I did that, and that was it. But I was like, bloody hell, When people saw me, thank God, the best part for me had to be the bit when I was in the grass and the car stops. And I'll shoot them and that. Yeah. And everybody who spotted me, thank God I got them in the head almost immediately, like boom.
Yeah, you were, yeah.
It was incredible. It was fun playing it again because I wanted to play it again because I wanted Donna to get kind of in the mood
ready for it. Yeah, exactly.
So I've been doing
her comments while you were playing, so.
Yeah, so I've been doing the side missions and realised how shit they were.
Yeah, I haven't done those yet.
And I watched some video, obviously, of number 5, and number 5 looks completely different to Ground Zero. So I don't know why they even brought out Ground Zero. You know what I mean?
I know, yeah, exactly.
But yeah, I'm enjoying it.
It was so funny that body was essentially at the beginning where you were just like, oh, he's not dead. You kept trying to pick him up, and it was like, oh, he's not even dead yet.
Well, the best part was he was lying there and he was like moving the whole time. I watched it, but I was like, he's fucking moving. Why didn't I realise? Right? Yeah. So then I just shoot him in the head.
Yeah.
And then after the mission, I realised that takes away points because you're supposed to put him asleep.
Yeah, you're not supposed to use the loud weapon.
So I was like, screw you, Metal Gear, right?
Yeah,
because when I think I got a B because I probably would have got an S if I hadn't have killed people.
Yeah. So I got an E, so I wasn't happy.
Did you really? You got an E?
I did suck at it though.
I didn't even know there was a name.
I know, right?
So,
I did suck at it, to be honest, but
how did you? I would have thought you'd have been better than me on the stealth then.
I did, but the thing is I hadn't played it before, like at all, and I didn't know the whole layout, and I don't like the whole lacking HUD system or that. You know, the fact you can't see, like.
Yeah, I have to be honest. Playing number 4 again because we started.
No mini map, no weapon. You know, kind of.
I really missed the you remember the original bits where you could do the ch on the sides where you had like the racing and you had the weapon. I missed that, and also miss having your life properly at the top. And because I said to Donna, I said when we start playing Ground Zeroes, I said I ain't got a map.
Yeah.
I said how am I supposed to see where the enemies are? What?
Yeah, because you were like, well, you've got this, but you can't really see. And like you say, you can't see where the enemies are. I mean, it does tag them on it sometimes, but it's just
if I'd have had a map, I'd have done it in half the time.
Yeah.
You know, it was the fact that I didn't have the map because I had to look around area and everything.
Yeah.
So it kind of annoyed me that, but we went back to number 4 last night because I said, you know what, we can't because I wanted to play a new game. Yeah. And I said, if we get Metal Gear Solid 5, we don't want to start a game like Bloodborne or Dragon Age because we're going to be playing them for a while and we don't want to stop them to play Metal Gear.
Yeah.
You know?
No, exactly.
So I said, you know what, I've got Metal Gear Solid 4. I ain't played it since it was first released. Let's play it. So it was only meant to be for an hour, but we played it for 2.5 hours last night. And Don ended up like going like this. So that was funny. But I never realised how hot Meryl was in number 4.
Yeah.
You know, and her interactions with Snake, you know?
Oh, yeah.
It's so, I don't know, there's that thing, because you got that, I don't know, there's that chemistry there. And you're just like, oh, and then you got Akibar, who's Johnny, right? And I still can't understand how she ends up with that guy. You know, he falls over, gets knocked out and shits himself, yet she still wants to be with him.
Mm.
Would you want to be with someone like that?
No.
Who gets caught by the enemy shitting in a dumpster?
I don't believe half the relationships in that series. So.
Oh, like what one? Like name one.
Well, like you say, like fucking like Raiden and his girlfriend and stuff. It's just like, oh, for goodness sakes.
That's a good point, actually. When I remember Raiden in number 2.
I never got the chemistry without those two. Just like...
Well, the point with Raiden and his girlfriend was technically she was keeping an eye on him, wasn't she?
Yeah, she was looking after him and everything. But, yeah, I didn't feel the chemistry. Like, he was always a bit of a dick to her. I was just like, wow, that's a bit odd.
I always thought that we'd get Metal Gear Solid, Raiden, homosexual. Because I always thought that was going to come out. Seriously.
Yeah.
Because
I thought he was. I thought he was a campus character on the whole.
You know, when I said to Donna, I said to her, do you want to play number 4? Because if you don't, we can pick up 2 and 3 tomorrow.
Yeah.
Right? And I said, I don't mind. I said, but there's going to be a lot of stuff you don't know about.
Yeah. Oh, God, yeah.
So every time a bit came up, I had to explain and say this and that, and I'd get a... I'm like, I'm trying to explain to you what this means. And she'd be like, oh, and she was gripped. But the one thing I didn't like about number 4 is I didn't like the whole, and plenty of people must have played this by now because I remember it pretty well.
Yeah.
It's the whole Liquid Snake taking over Revolver Ocelot with his arm.
Yeah.
I never liked that. I thought that was one of the most ridiculous things I'd ever seen in my life. Especially considering Liquid was dead number 1 and we saw Revolver Ocelot. So did it keep his arm in a special container?
In a special container like the Terminator, you know?
Yeah, exactly. Right. And another thing I didn't like was these whole decoy octopus, decoy this, because they were all basically metal different versions of the first bosses.
Yeah.
In the first well, one of Donna's comments is gone.
That's what I'm saying. The one where she said about tickets, it keeps appearing and disappearing again.
That's weird.
I keep watching it. It keeps popping up on my screen and then disappearing again. It's bizarre.
I'm not deleting it. I don't delete comments unless obviously it's spam, you know?
No, exactly.
But yeah, I'd never liked that about the game, you know? I never liked it. Felt like it had, like, And you got like decoy octopus and decoy wolf and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I didn't like that, you know.
No, I didn't.
I found it. Number 5, I watched a review for it last night. And I'm really, really hoping that it doesn't go to the supernatural way that I think it's going to go.
I think it will, yeah.
I'm hoping it doesn't, because I like the war aspect. I like the harshness.
Yeah.
I don't like this whole supernatural thing, like people that are dead are walking and shit. I don't want to see that.
No, exactly. I mean, they've always dabbled. I mean, you had like Psychic Mantis and stuff like that, but it's never gone full in, and I do worry that it's going to go complete, you know.
Well, the thing is as well is I just feel like they're going to, you know, from the review I said, he said the guy, from the review I watched, not the review I said, from the review I watched, the guy said that it's a very brave game, and at times it isn't as great as it could be, but it never fully lets you down. You know? And I'm like, I want a Metal Gear game like how Metal Gear Solid 1, 2, 3, Guns of Patience was.
Yeah.
You know? I don't want to have to deal with, oh, look, this guy's alive. It's like, I mean, number 3 was ridiculous with the Bumblebee bloke.
Yeah.
And then you had Sorrow. You know, so it'd be interesting to see. I just want it to be war because I prefer the war.
Fingers crossed, come next week, we'll be like, yeah, this is okay.
While we're talking about Metal Gear, we might as well talk about Call of Duty.
Yes. Well, I was going to ask, but we'll talk about it afterwards, because I was going to ask if... Yeah, sorry.
What were you going to ask?
No, I was going to... Well, we can talk about it afterwards. There was something else I was going to ask you, but it's the big one from last night, so I'll ask you afterwards.
Okay. So basically, everybody knows about Call of Duty Black Ops 3 coming out. There's a beta, and I was lucky enough to get a code from Husey.
Yeah.
He sent me a message saying, "Would you like a code?" And I said, "Sure, thank you very much." And I put it in. I installed it, 12 gigabytes. I was like, "Wow, that's a lot for just the beta."
Yeah.
I put it on.
Especially from what I'd seen as well, like look quite small, the beta, you know.
It does. It looks quite small, especially when you're looking at videos, you know.
Yeah.
As you may know from looking at like Alex's.
Yeah,
right?
Exactly.
Hello, Alex. And
the one that looked more like Far Cry than bloody Call of Duty.
So now I'm pointing out, I'm struggling to get the characters to pick. I'm like, what do I need to do? I'm pressing all the buttons, all of a sudden it comes up and I'm in the match. All right?
Yeah.
And I have to be honest, I did enjoy the beta. I thought the beta was fun. I thought the weapons were a little bit I feel like the games, as they get more and more, they get more and more clunky. That's the best word for it. They don't feel smooth like they used to, you know?
Right, yeah.
Before I was in the chat...
Because they're going for that whole tech thing, because... You know, they've got, like, in Advanced Warfare and that, you've got the whole, like, going for the more tech thing. Yeah. Do you think it's because of that they're going for more for those kind of weapons?
We've got these machines that roll across the floor that blow up other players if you get to a certain combo, I think.
Oh, really? Yeah.
I don't like that stuff. I don't like this double air jump stuff. You know?
Yeah, I didn't like, from what I saw in Alex's video, where it looked like he was doing a Prince of Persia run along the wall when he jumped up. I was just like... Wait, what?
You know, don't get me wrong. The beta was great. I enjoyed it. I thought it was great, and I really like it. I like the fact that people could get killed in less than a minute.
Yeah, except for you.
Except for me, because at one point I wasn't shooting anybody or them shooting me. I was like, I've won. Was
there not many people in the match?
There was like 5 people on each side.
Yeah.
Right, on the one I was in at the time. Right.
Yeah.
But the thing that I don't like is I like the Call of Duties of yesterday.
Yeah,
I like proper war games. I don't like this futuristic crap, right? We'll do this stuff like Advanced Warfare. Advanced Warfare to me was so annoying because you'd go and shoot someone. I don't want to see them jump. I want a full-on war game. I want to be shooting them and then running them and knocking them down with my bullets.
Yeah.
You know, by being able to jump in the air, I feel like it takes away from the gameplay. I remember talking to Alex about Advanced Warfare ages ago, and he said to me that it was annoying because people would keep jumping all over the place when he was trying to shoot them.
Right, yeah.
And I remember going, yeah, and then getting the game, and that's exactly what they did.
That's
right?
it, yeah. Exactly.
And I was like, I hate that. I don't want people to be jumping in the air. I want to be hiding behind things. I want to be doing it like how I expect it to be in Siege.
Tactically, yeah.
You know, I want to play the game. I don't want to be being a kid going, hey, oh, look at me jump. Ooh, you know. I want to be behind cover. I want to be looking for the person. I want to be watching. I don't want to have to look up in the sky thinking, oh, they could be jumping.
They're going to jump on you. Exactly.
Yeah. So that annoys me about these games because, to be honest, Advanced Warfare was Advanced Warfare. But Black Ops 3 has gone the exact same way when Black Ops, in my view, should have been different.
Yeah, I don't get why Black Ops isn't... Yeah, it's bizarre. Black Ops has really gone in a different direction. It's bizarre.
Will I get the game in the future? Yeah, I probably will do when it goes lower.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And I probably will play the beta for quite a while because I am enjoying it.
Yeah.
But in my view, Call of Duty has turned away from what it was.
Yeah.
It's not the game it was. I enjoyed Call of Duty Ghosts. I thought Ghosts was fantastic. You know, because to me, even though it was very Bondish, like the way the story was, I like that style. I like the fact that we're getting like war, we're fighting these things. I don't want to see advanced weaponry stuff. I don't want to see people getting attacked with lasers.
Yeah.
You know, because it takes away from what the intensity for me. If I want to do that, I'll play Star Wars. I'll play Star Trek. I'll play a game like that.
Mm.
You know?
Exactly.
So that annoys the hell out of me. You know?
Yeah.
But I enjoyed the beta. I thought the beta was great. I thought the graphics were nice. I felt like the thing was a bit clunky, the way they moved. And another problem I had was I'd be shooting somebody and they won't be going down, and then 2 seconds later they'd kill me like boom.
Oh, really?
Because the internet connections.
Ah, yeah.
That's the one thing I hate online, internet connections, when if you shoot someone, you don't kill them, but they can shoot you and kill you instantly.
Yeah.
I hate that. Luckily, we don't get enough of that. We don't get a lot of that in GTA, do we?
No, we've been quite fortunate with that,
But, you know, that kind of annoyed me. But overall, it looks like a lot of fun. It seems interesting. I got a good kill count after a while, so I was happy. I got about a kill count of like 25 in one match. So I was happy.
Nice.
There's a lot of people that can get more than that, but, you know, I haven't practiced it enough.
I didn't get the whole bit in that little bit that Alex had where, like, you jump in the water and then you're back out again. It's like, well, that was completely pointless. It was just like...
Yeah, exactly. I think
like you say, it wasn't very smooth, like the getting in and out. I don't know if it was a frame rate drop or what, but it seemed every time he got out, it was just like this sudden jump kind of thing.
Yeah, that's what I found. I found I'd be looking at people running, and you'd get some people running, all of a sudden they'd disappear and they'd be over there. Even though,
oh, really? Yeah.
Even though they were just standing there a minute ago, they'd disappear and be over there. So I think there needs to be a lot of fine-tuning on the beta.
Yeah.
That's why it's a beta, isn't it? Well, you know,
that's why it's that, yeah, exactly.
I think that it's got a lot. I'm interested to see what the game's like when it comes out. But if it's anything like Advanced Warfare, in my view, it'll be a letdown. It's the multiplayer that everybody wants to play anyway.
Yeah.
And I do enjoy that, even though I'm not the biggest Call of Duty multiplayer fan. I don't mind it. I do like it. I play it every now and again.
You just like to go on and insult the little kids, don't you?
I like going on there and go like this. Or pretending I'm somebody. Like when they go, Are you friends with that person? Can you get them to give me more money? I don't know that person. Really? Can you send them an email for me? Okay, I will. What do you want me to say? Can you ask them to give me more money? Okay, just let me type it out.
That was brilliant.
A minute later.
Shit. Anyway, he was about 10 and he couldn't, like, he tried, but he kept dying, so.
Oh, he was terrible. I felt bad for him.
Mm.
And you even guilted me about how he was driving alongside me, but I stopped the actual car and let him catch up with us.
I know, yeah.
I hate war games. That's done.
Yeah.
You know, I like war games, but I'm not obsessed with them. You know,
No.
The only war game I'm obsessed with is Metal Gear Solid because, in my view, I don't take it as a war game. I take it as a incredible journey.
Yeah.
You know, it's beyond that. Like,
it's more tactical espionage. It's like playing Bond or something, but out in the, you know.
exactly, you know, and it's got each game has a meaning to it. It's not just shooting for shooting's sake. It's got a meaning. And
Yeah.
when we were playing number 4 last night, Donna was talking to me. She was going, "Well, this game's so deep, and we're only like 10% in." And I went, "Yeah." I went, "They're all this way. They're all amazingly done." I said, "Who would have thought that the Japanese would have made an amazing stories about America
Yeah.
in their games? You know, you won't think that'd be possible, but it is, and it's incredible."
Yeah. So were you playing Metal Gear before SummerSlam or after?
After. Because over here, SummerSlam finished at 8.
Right, yeah. Because
in England, it finishes about like 3-4 o'clock in the morning, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think Donna was up till like gone 4. So
that's the best part. That's the best part about being in America. When I watch it, now, it's like 3 in the afternoon.
Right. So you were playing after that, were you?
Yeah, we played. Well, originally I was going to rewatch the Undertaker Lesnar match again because I wanted to watch it again because I felt like it was a bit, and I ended up. Donna said she was a little bit anxious, a little bit down, so I said, "You know what? Screw it. We'll play Metal Gear together."
All right. So why don't you tell us your thoughts on? Because Donna will be able to chime in on this one. Why don't you tell us your thoughts on the 2015 WWE SummerSlam?
All right, let me get.
You know, when Jon Stewart's not interfering.
Let me get the page up so I can get everything right.
You know, we got a dislike already.
Oh, fuck them. If you disliked it, I'm gonna fucking find you and cut your heart out.
We did get a like, so.
Okay, so let's start off.
Yeah.
You know, Jon Stewart was the host, and you know what?
Was he the host?
Yeah, he was the host. And when he came out, I was like, really? Really? I was like, I don't care about Jon Stewart. I like some of his politics he said on his
show.
On his show.
Yeah.
But overall, I don't like him. So then we had Sheamus go against Randy Orton. And Sheamus, at the moment, is the Money in the Bank winner. And the reason this happened was because Randy Orton stopped him from cashing it in. So this is how the match started, you know, because of normal TV wrestling. This was
right.
Done. And I thought, because Sheamus was at the beginning, I thought this means Sheamus is going to cash in for the title. Because that would make sense. If Seth Rollins won the US title and then Sheamus defeated him for the world title, that makes sense, because then they could have had another champion versus championship match at Night of Champions, which would have been incredible, right?
Yeah.
But at the same time, I didn't want Sheamus to win because I felt like if he did, it'd be the same old, and I don't care about Sheamus that much. Well, in the end, he defeated Randy Orton.
Right.
We then had the New Day against the Primetime Players versus Los Matadors and Lucha Dragons. To me, that match was awful. I didn't like it. I don't like New Day. I don't like Primetime. I don't like any of them. To me, they're all D-grade tag teams. Kofi Kingston's in New Day, and he's great in that, and Big E Langston, but I don't care about that. The New Day won. Dolph Ziggler versus Rusev. That match was a match, again, to me, Dolph Ziggler should have won, because Dolph Ziggler is like the Shawn Michaels of today, in my view. He's got so much skill, he's fantastic, and he's held back because they worry about him getting concussions.
Right.
Because basically he's, vulnerable to them.
Right.
So that ended up in a disqualification, a double count out.
Right.
Because they're both outside the ring. And I felt like that was a bit, what's this? Love the Dragons. WWE, hold on. If I'm right about that,
thank you for sharing the link, Donna. Donna shared the link on her Facebook.
Thanks, Donna. If I'm right about Lucha Dragons, I think that's Kalisto and Sin Cara, if they are. Kalisto used to be, what was his name? Well, he was on the independent circuit, and he was fantastic.
Oh, yeah.
Bit brain dead today. So then we had Stephen Amell and Neville versus Stardust and King Barrett.
You're bad.
Yes. Yes.
Your nitpick. Your TV people should not be wrestling.
When I watched, before this even come on, I complained about this to no end, right? Didn't I?
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
Stephen Amell says, "I'm coming down as Arrow." In the video we put on Facebook. I'm like, oh, it's going to be dressed up as Green Arrow.
Was he in his Green Arrow costume? Or?
No.
I didn't ask Donna about this earlier because I was like,
when he was in the ring, he was in the pants and he was in the boots and he had a bare chest, right?
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh, hello.
And he looked as white as he looked as white as anything when I saw him. I was
really?
So he was teamed up with the English wrestler Neville, and I never liked Neville. Neville to me,
right.
He must be Gary Neville, and the footballer.
Oh, so it wasn't even like 1-on-1. I thought it was like Amell versus Stardust.
Not.
I didn't know it was like a double team.
It won't be 1-on-1 because Stephen Amell sucks. But anyway, they went against Stardust and King Bat, and Stephen Amell did quite well. He did well in the ring. He jumped over, did some kicking. He was very stiff in certain aspects. But when he jumped out the ring and landed on Barrett, he did quite a job. That was quite an amazing jump, actually. He did. I was quite impressed by that. But at the same time, the match was so short. The match was nowhere as long as it could have been because you got to think it's like an A-star at the minute of television. They can't let him get hurt, can they?
No, exactly. This is what we were saying and Donna was saying and stuff. So
what's that? The Amell match was not as awesome as I'd hoped. Did like it though. It was fun. Let's put it that way. It was fun. It was all right, but at the end of the day, in my view, exactly, it wasn't a match that to me should have been at SummerSlam. Right. The reason it was probably on was because it's probably a way of advertising not only wrestling to Arrow fans, but Arrow fans to watch the wrestling.
Yeah.
So that kind of annoyed me. Then you get Ryback versus Big Show and The Miz. And I was like, because Ryback to me bores me shitless. When he first came into WWE Silverback doing Tough Enough back in the days when it was originally on, not now, because Tough Enough now sucks, monkey balls. It was all right. He had so much muscle, and there was this bit about how he used to always keep eating.
Right.
Big Show, obviously, he's been wrestling for years and years and years, and The Miz started on Tough Enough as well. I think Miz and Ryback were both on the same Tough Enough season, if I remember correctly.
Oh.
Yeah, they were, which is quite impressive, actually, considering that was like 2004. Somebody's going to say the year was 2003 or something, but I'm sure it was 2004. So it kind of annoyed me. The match went back and forth pretty well, because then you had two big guys and then you had one small guy. It went pretty well. I liked it. I found it interesting. It wasn't something that I would go, this is match of the year or match of the SummerSlams. It was all right. And that's how I felt about a lot of the matches for SummerSlam.
Yeah.
I felt like they were okay, but I felt like they weren't anything special. Then we went on.
Sorry.
Okay, what did Donna say?
Donna said, the Undertaker match, though. Did not see that coming, lol.
I will get to that in a minute. And you're right on that one, Donna. So, let me get back up, sorry. That's all right. Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose defeated the family, Bray Wyatt, Luke Harper. This match was all right. When Roman Reigns went to spear, I think it was Bray Wyatt, if I'm correct. It was one of them. I thought Dean Ambrose was going to hit him. I honestly thought Dean Ambrose was going to attack him, and I thought that would have been a massive turn on SummerSlam, and that would have worked perfectly. When they teamed up, and he was like, oh, and Roman was like, oh, and all that, getting ready to thingy. I thought he'd hit him, and then I thought he'd become a part of the Wyatt family, and I thought that would have been impressive and amazing, but no, it didn't happen. So I have to give that match 3 stars and say, because that would have been better. Now we're going to get to the real complaint for me. WWE World Heavyweight Champion Seth Rollins against United States Champion John Cena.
Right,
what a match. Seth Rollins comes in his white gear. He looks like some sort of bloody Superman wannabe looking outfit, topless with just a bomb. So I'm like, I love Seth Rollins. I love Tyler Black. He's awesome. He deserves to be champion. I'm like, yes. I'm like, beat John Cena. Get that title and be like Jay Lethal is in Ring of Honor right now. Right?
Yeah.
So I'm watching the match. I'm like, wow, this match has got me hooked. This is the best match so far of the evening. I'm watching it. I'm like, yes. I'm like, who's going to win? I'm like, please don't let John Cena win because I want Seth Rollins to get bigger, you know.
Right.
And I'm sitting there like, yes. You know, I'm practically orgasming in my pants.
You're like, yeah, just absolutely, yeah.
Right? And then Jon Stewart comes down to the ring. And he's got a chair and he starts going like this.
What?
Right, on who will he attack? I'm sitting there going,
Jon Stewart's like this scrawny guy, like.
yeah. And I'm like, who's he going to attack? Because before the end of the night, he kept going, I'm a big wrestling fan, right?
Okay.
And I was like, if you're a wrestling fan, you don't interfere, right?
Yeah.
So I'm watching it, and I'm watching it more and more, and he's going, and he attacks Cena, and then Seth Rollins does the pedigree on Cena, which was Triple H's old move, which was kind of interesting. Because I ain't seen him do that before. I don't know if that's something he's doing recent or he's done it a while, because I don't watch wrestling as much as I should now.
Right.
And then he wins. And I'm sitting there going, you... because I'm like, here we go again. A true classic match that would have been amazing, could have been remembered for years and years and years. But no, they have to wreck it by letting the host, Jon Stewart, attack Cena. They should never have been in the equation. They should have never been a part of that, because that destroyed that match completely. I will never watch that match again now because I don't like interference in matches. And before that, the match could have been a match of the year candidate.
The fact that you were so excited about it and then to have something that absolutely ruined it is just insane. Because you would think, like you say, I mean, I'm not into wrestling, but from everything I've been hearing, you know, is that wrestling has gone a long way downhill, and it's like that could have been the one thing that would give them some kind of glory status, you know, kind of thing or something, and then they just throw the you know, spanner in the works kind of thing.
You know, the problem is, I'll finish this and I'll go back to that.
Yeah, sorry.
Then you had the women's match, teams PCB, Team Bell and Team Bad, right? And apparently this is the start of the Divas Revolution, you know. Divas matches are getting better, right? And I have to admit, the Divas match was all right, right? I don't ever really like Divas matches. I liked the one with Bayley and Banks on Next TakeOver the night before. Right. And, you know, women's wrestling, it's got such a bad name because when female wrestlers wrestle, they've got to look hot, they've got to look this, and that's not, to me, what female wrestling is. To me, female wrestling, it doesn't matter what you look like, it's about your skill.
Yeah.
You know, I don't want to see women in the ring with full-on makeup when they're wrestling, sweating and dripping. I don't care about that. I want to see the wrestling. All right? Yeah. So the match was all right. Alicia Fox was in the match with Team Bella, which was the Bella Twins. And to be honest with you, they should never have been the second team left because they suck. Team PCB, yeah, that was a good one. I think that was Charlotte, Flair, and I think it was Paige, and I can never remember the other woman. But, you know, it was all right for what it was.
Right, yeah.
I'll skip that when I've got the Blu-ray because I don't care about female wrestling unless it's proper matches. Right. And it's decent. Then we had Kevin Owens versus Cesaro. Kevin Owens, also known as Kevin Steen, and Cesaro, also known as Claudio Cardinale. They were both in Ring of Honor. They were both in Chicago and that. And they've wrestled many times before on the independents. Yeah. Two of the greatest independent wrestlers back in the day when Seth Rollins was Tyler Black as well. Incredible match. It was about time Kevin Owens won because Kevin Owens, to me, is one of the best wrestlers at the moment. He may be big, he may be Canadian, but he's fantastic. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. He's great, it's awesome to watch, and he's got great mic skills. Anybody who hasn't seen Kevin Owens as Kevin Steen in Ring of Honor, especially at Final Battle 2010 or 11, check it out. If you want the ISO, send me a message and I'll send you the ISO because it's one of his greatest matches against El Generico, also known as Sami Zayn. Anyway, so The Undertaker versus Brock Lesnar. Undertaker versus Brock Lesnar. This is probably one of the biggest matches everyone's waiting for. I paid for my WWE Network again to see this. And what's this? No, there's no comments. And
yeah, it just popped up on my screen that I hate war games message. It's really bizarre.
That is
Google
weird.
Plus is going berserk tonight.
So I'm like, I'm looking at the Undertaker when it comes to the ring, and I'm like, Undertaker looks so old now. He looks messed up. He looks like he needs to retire, which apparently, according
I'm
to
surprised
Gaz,
he was able to do it.
according to Gaz, he's going to retire after WrestleMania next year.
He's waiting until next year, really?
Yeah, next year, maybe next March, April.
Yeah.
He doesn't wrestle that much anyway, so it'll probably be like his last match.
Yeah.
So I'm watching the match. There's a lot of silliness in it, like when he sits up and they look at each other. Because now the other side doesn't look intimidating; he just looks like an old man.
Yeah.
You know, and I feel bad for him. And Lesnar, you know, I said before I watched this match, I said the Undertaker will win.
Right.
Right. During the match, the Undertaker taps out.
Right. Really?
Okay. Yeah. Apparently, the ring bell was the guy who does it, the bell boy or whatever you call it.
Yeah.
Right? Ding, 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 ding. The referee says he never saw it. The match starts. The Undertaker low blows Lesnar, then he puts him in his Hell's Gate choke, and Lesnar sticks his finger up at him and then passes out. Right? I'm sitting there going, All right, this match is setting up for WrestleMania 32.
Right. Yeah.
So I'm sitting there going, you know what? What's going to happen is WrestleMania 32 will probably have Brock Lesnar beat The Undertaker. The Undertaker go off into the distance, never to be seen again. All right? Except for special one-off shows. Right?
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there and I'm like, this match was everything for why to say. WrestleMania, where he went against Taker, WrestleMania 30.
Yeah.
People were like, oh, it's going to be epic. It's going to be great. It's going to be great because the big build-up, because when Lesnar was in UFC, The Undertaker was there, and he went, you want to do it? And people were like, oh, they've got real beef and all this stuff. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, why do they do this? They have all these fantastic matches. It's like, where's the WWE World Heavyweight Championship match between the fourth match before the end?
Yeah.
You know, you've got Kevin Owens and Cesaro and Team PCB, the female match, after the World Heavyweight Championship match. The World Heavyweight Championship match should have been the second from last or the third from last.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting there going, what's this about? You know? And the whole pay-per-view overall was a big letdown. And that's what wrestling is now. It's a letdown. The reason the wrestling's falling apart is because, one, they haven't got big enough stars. The stars don't get shown because there's too much interference or there's too much outside activity. Like, for instance, let's say Brock Lesnar had Paul Heyman with him. Let's say Brock Lesnar had the championship. He didn't want to lose it. Paul Heyman would probably run in the ring and hit the Undertaker and he'd keep the belt. Stuff like that annoys me because I sit there and I'm like, I don't watch wrestling for interference. I watch it because I want to see a real wrestling match. I want to see wrestling. I want to see what I grew up on. I want to enjoy technical, fun wrestling that's going to hook me into wrestling again. And sadly, wrestling now is aimed at kids all the time.
Yeah.
So it's kids want to watch stuff like that. Like people want to watch female wrestling. I watch Shimmer, which is an independent female wrestling company where the women can actually wrestle.
All right. Yeah.
You know, I watch that because I want to watch female wrestling properly. I don't want to. I don't watch WWE or TNA female wrestling.
Drama. Yeah.
TNA's better. Don't get me wrong. TNA's better when it comes to female wrestling, but not by much.
No.
So overall, the pay-per-view was a letdown. The Seth Rollins John Cena match could have been the highlight of the night, but it got ruined by Jon Stewart because WWE scripted that, obviously. And the Undertaker versus Brock match could have been fantastic, but the highlight of the whole pay-per-view was Kevin Owens versus Cesaro.
Right. Yeah.
So, yeah, it was very disappointing and very annoying and frustrating.
And when it was on for like 5 hours or something, you're just like...
Exactly. When something's on like that long, you expect a lot better. Like they kept advertising during the broadcast Arnold Schwarzenegger as Terminator in the new WWE game. They kept advertising with him. You know the scene where he walks in the bar naked?
Oh, really? Yeah.
They had him do that again as old Arnie with wrestlers in that.
Oh, God. Okay.
Yeah. So it was disappointing, but you know, I'm glad I watched it because you got to watch wrestling if you like it, but it could have been better.
Yeah, it's not like it's something you're going to miss kind of thing. It's like we said with a
The,
lot of things. If it's
the,
something you love, then you can't exactly miss it. So.
the one thing it tells me is I believe that Seth Rollins will lose the title probably at Night of Champions and keep United States Championship. That's what I reckon will happen next.
Right.
Because if you've got one title and you've got another, eventually you normally lose that other title.
Right.
Because in 2007 at No Surrender, TNA Kurt Angle had beaten Hard Justice Samoa for the rest of the belts that they had.
Right.
So he had the tag team belts, he had the X Division belt, he had the World Heavyweight belt. Well, what happened was at No Surrender 2007, he kept the heavyweight belt, but he lost the other two.
Yeah.
So, you know,
really? Yeah.
So it always happens eventually. At the moment, Jay Lethal's held the television title, I think it is now, and the Ring of Honor World title for a good couple of months. So it's going to be interesting to say. But I don't think they'll have somebody keep both belts for a long time because that takes away from a champion that could be a draw at a pay-per-view.
Yeah.
So, what's this? I want to play Firefly board game, LOL.
Oh, we should explain this. So, you're done talking about SummerSlam, aren't you? Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, I'm done.
But yeah, no, it's just, so when's the next event? Is it WrestleMania or is there one?
No, it's Night of Champions in 27 days.
Ah, right. Oh, blimey.
So, yeah. So what's this about the Firefly game?
Okay, so me and Donna, we sat down because we were going to have a girly night in yesterday.
Nice.
And because I said, oh, well, she was like, well, what do you want me to bring over? Or this and the other. And I said, well, because we haven't filmed us playing the Walking Dead board game yet. So I said, well, are you up for filming us doing that? She was like, that would be the one game that I can't find. She said, so I said, well, I've got the Firefly one that we still haven't played. She was like, oh, okay, then we'll try that. And now, like I said, Donna was not a fan of the Firefly TV show at all. I tried to get her into it, and she did not like it. So she was like, oh, well, if it's like the TV show. And I'm like, no, you don't know. I have to know the show to play the game. From what I was aware of, it was just literally... So we sat down and we started, and unfortunately it's one of those games that takes like 2 hours of reading the instruction booklet to figure out what the fuck is going on. We thought we'd figure it out before we filmed us playing it. So we started playing, but then Donna had to leave for SummerSlam. So she came back today, and we played for we continued our game for like half hour, and we still haven't finished, and now she's just like, but I want to finish it, you know. 'Cause she's, it's nice that she's enjoying it enough to, because I was a bit worried that she wasn't getting into it, but it seems like she's really, and I'm really enjoying it. It's certainly a lot better than the X-Files game was, so it's nice.
You need to go pick up Don't Wake Dad and then do one of that.
Oh, is that good?
I love that game.
I've not played that.
You need to play it. It's so much fun.
Yeah. Oh, I'll have to pick that up. But...
Awesome game.
So yeah, it's nice to try all this stuff that we need to film, but it's just sod's law that, like, you know, the one time,
well, I think
let's say with The Walking Dead, that it was the one we couldn't find, because that one's really quick to play.
I think it's good to practice before you record, because that way you can get it done quicker.
Yeah, well, that was the thing we found. I mean, that's what we learned. I mean, we did the video of the X-Files one as our first one, and then the second game we played was Settlers of Catan, and Catan we knew because we'd already played it, and we didn't need to record like 3 hours of bloody reading through the instructions and trying to figure out what the bloody hell we were doing. So that is exactly what we're doing this time.
Well, here's a question for you. Why is it that board games and dice games always have such complicated instructions?
I know, right? Well, this is what we got to the point with the Firefly one where we were just like, I'm more like, I'm better off just experiencing it and learning as opposed to going through instructions, because I tend to like static, you know, like zone out. And it's not that I'm bored, but and that is the thing, is just, it's ridiculous because they keep giving all these like different instructions, and they're basically telling you the same thing that you just heard like 5 pages ago, and it's just like, why are you telling me this all again? I don't get why it's so complicated,
Yeah.
because actually when you play it, it's really not that complicated. But I mean, it is. It's not like, you know, like something quick, but at the same time, it's it's fun, and I'm looking forward to film. Because at the moment we're playing the beginner game, because you have like different storylines that you can follow. You know, like goals and who you can deal with, kind of thing. So it'll be interesting to try the harder games maybe when we film, kind of thing.
I think that's a good idea, you know. I think the thing is, I think you need to practice
Yeah,
and have fun first. Once you have fun playing the game together,
yeah,
then you in it. Because the hardest problem with recording stuff I've realised, because people might realise I haven't recorded anything the last couple of weeks on the Tuesday,
yeah,
is because it takes away from that time you're enjoying with the person.
yeah. Exactly.
When I'm out with Donna, I would record and I'd be like, you know, what am I doing? I'm out with my wife. I should be enjoying time with my wife, not thinking about that. So if you're playing it together first, you're enjoying it, and then you record it, that's great, because then you've got both in there. Do you get what I mean? You've got the fun and you've got the recording as well, because I think the point of YouTube in a lot of cases, people focus too much on recording everything they're doing. So it takes away from a lot of the fun because it feels forced.
Yeah.
As I think with you and Donna, if you're having fun beforehand and you're enjoying it, and then you put the camera on, it makes it so much more fun.
Oh yeah, definitely, exactly. Walking Dead game's really quite easy. Firefly has a massive manual to play, but to play is really quite easy as well. So yeah, I mean, I find the Walking Dead one really, really easy, but.
You know, I haven't played board games in such a long time. I think the last board game I played was Monopoly.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry,
I still haven't played Monopoly.
The last game I played was Romantic Rendezvous, which is about doing sexual things to your partner on the board.
Oh, really? Yeah.
So that's the last one I played. It's quite interesting. You know, things like Blow in the Air and, you know, others.
Yeah.
But
we have a question from Last Avenger, sorry.
What's your thoughts, Malcolm, on Chelsea enjoying Global Force Wrestling? Do you think he would make a good pro wrestler? I think he would make a great heel. Well, you know what? There's a very long answer to this, but I'm going to make it as short as I can. The thing is, I think he would make a great heel. So I agree with you on that. I think he's got the charisma, and I think he's got the great mic skills, as we've seen when he talks not only about politics, but when he talks at UFC and so forth. His whole thing with Anderson Silva, when he was threatening him and having a go at him, and as well as other people, was incredible. I think Global Force Wrestling is still basically beginning. I think it hasn't got that great of a roster. I think it's disappointing. But as far as Chael Sonnen, I think he could. Kurt Angle's a fantastic pro wrestler, and Chael Sonnen was a proper wrestler anyway, right? Like Kurt Angle. So I think he could be. I think it's a little bit later in his life, if you ask me, for him to be doing it. But at the same time, I think it could be a lot of fun, and I think it will draw people in, because people do love a bad boy, and they do love people like Chael Sonnen, who's got the talk and can have a go and threaten and stuff. And I think if he had the right training, I don't think he'd be as good as Kurt Angle, but I think he'd be probably as good as, let's say, Charlie Haas or Shelton Benjamin, but the older version, obviously, because they were a lot younger when they were as good as they were. The problem is, I don't like it when people transition. I never have done.
Yeah.
I've always thought if you're a UFC fighter, you'd be an MMA fighter. If you're a wrestler, you're a wrestler. Obviously, Brock Lesnar went and Bobby Lashley both went and did MMA and then did wrestling again. Same with Batista. But not to the same extent, obviously, with Chael Sonnen, where he was an MMA fighter, now going wrestling. It'd be interesting to see how he grows, but I don't think his career wrestling is going to last very long, because I just don't see that happening for him. I see him maybe doing it for maybe a couple of years, if that, and then not doing it anymore. I don't know. So, yeah.
Hi, Last Avenger, Luke. Good to see you.
Father.
I've not played Monopoly yet. Still. So, but do you have like a favourite board game?
No.
Yeah.
My favourite board
Have you
game.
played many? Kind of.
I played a few. I like Frustration.
Oh yeah.
I
know we were talking about this. Yeah.
I like that on the cold nights. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But for all honesty, I like Monopoly. Maybe it's because me and Donna play it a lot. You know.
Yeah.
But I've never been. You know, I like board games. If someone says to me, "Let's play a board game," I enjoy them.
Yeah.
But I don't go my way to play them. You know, if you said to me tomorrow, "Hey, Mel, let's play some board games," I'd be like, fine, cool. I'm looking forward to it. But if you said to me, Mel, pick a board game, what one do you think I'd like to play? I'd be like,
yeah.
You get what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't know why. Maybe it's because I'm so used to video gaming more. You know.
Yeah.
But I do like board games. I do find them a lot of fun. But I've only really played a few.
It's weird though because because was it when we were gaming we talked about this? Because we were saying about, or was it last chat? I can't remember. Because I know, like when people say, do you own many board games or have you played many board games? It's like I don't think of stuff like Pop-Up Pirate or Buckaroo as board games because there's not really a board. There's not a board involved in those, but then stuff like Ludo and that. I mean, I love like Hungry Hippos and shit like that. But again, they're not board games. Mousetrap is probably my favourite.
What about Guess Who?
Oh, Guess Who was always. I love the way they've updated that now, so it's not essentially as racist as it was. But
Cluedo, I enjoyed Cluedo.
Oh, Cluedo's an excellent one. Yeah.
And Cluedo, I used to love that game. We played that a bit when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Did you ever play
the TV series that had Leslie Grant from Dirty Den in it and stuff?
Did you ever play? Did you ever play Beetle when you were younger?
No, I don't know that one.
It's not a board game. It's more of a drawing game. What would happen is you'd roll the dice.
Yeah.
If you got a certain number, you'd get a part of the beetle.
Oh right.
It was the legs, the back, the head, the antennas.
Right.
And we used to always play it when I was on holiday, when I was a kid. And it's funny because when you think about it, you think, wow, this is one of the most boringest games possible.
Yeah.
Just rolling dice over and over again.
No,
but whenever I think about it, I've always got such great memories of it. And sometimes I said, you need to pick up 2 dice so we can play Beetle. Because she goes, what is Beetle? And I tell her, she goes, so it's just drawing on a piece of paper. And I go, yeah. She goes, why would you want to play that over something else? And I go, because it's classic. And she's like,
yeah, but I love Boggle, which sounds really, really silly, but I love Boggle. It's silly.
You've got a question. Have you ever played the Atmosphere board games before, Tash?
No, I know of them, and I remember the adverts growing up with them. But yeah, because I know they were called Nightmare, weren't they, in America? But they weren't called here because of the TV series. But I remember the Atmosphere adverts, but I never got round to playing them. I really want to pick up one of them because they're the ones that have got the VHS with them, aren't they? With the Dungeon Keeper.
Is that what they were? Because I remember them. I didn't remember by name, but I remember them.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you'd put them on, and you'd have to play the game by what was happening on the VHS, like explain.
Yeah.
Like Dungeons and Dragons, like you said.
Yeah, like that. Yeah.
I remember.
So, but I would love to pick it up. You know what? We had this really, really awful one, me and my sister. And it was one where, I can't remember the exact bloody, but you had this phone. It was this pink phone, and you had to guess who. Oh my God, I can't remember.
Hold on. Was this where you'd have to talk to? Someone would call you on the phone.
Yes, and there was like this annoying bitch on the end. It was like, oh my God, he's like so this and the other.
I remember that game. I remember that game so much because it had a picture of a girl on the front holding a phone.
Yes, and I cannot for the life of me remember what it was called, what you had to do. It was so many years ago. But
Bill would call you up on the phone. You had to guess who they were, right?
Yeah.
And then you had to find out who your crush was.
Yeah, it was some silly stuff like that. Somebody hopefully will come up with the title in the comments, and it'll be like, yes. What are your favourite TV shows on now, and what was your favourite when you were younger?
Nice.
It's amazing though. I mean, we grew up. I mean, certainly. I mean, me and Donna. You know,
Was it called Dream Phone?
It might have been Dream Phone. I think it might have been. Hang on, if I look up a picture.
Because it had a boulder one with guys' faces on it.
And I'm just looking it up. I can't remember. It's going to bug me. I just know it was very pink. It was about as girly as you could possibly bloody get.
The phone is pure pink.
That is it! That is it!
I thought so.
Yeah, and it had the bloody guys, and you had to pick which guy it was. Yeah. Oh my god, that takes me back. It was those annoying voices as well, where they would say, "Hi, I'm like so-and-so," and you. It was like Guess Who, but it was the most bloody...
I remember
90210 style Saved by the Bell thing ever.
I remember seeing the adverts for it on TV when I was a kid.
Oh yeah.
And thinking, how does that work?
Yeah.
You know? But Warhammer was great back in the day too.
Oh, I never played Warhammer.
You know, I never cared about Warhammer at all. I never saw the interest in it at all.
Yeah.
Still don't. Don't see anything. Don't see just any of those things, you know, like that.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just because I'm not geeky enough, you know. Oh, Donna's question: what are your favorite TV shows on there? And what was your favorite when you were younger? That's pretty good, actually.
Yeah.
Good question. Now, for me, NCIS.
Yeah, because you're now getting into that, aren't you?
Yeah, Arrow. I think shows are on now, you know, not.
Yeah.
But the problem is when you go, like, if I said, "Oh, Covert Affairs is over."
That's the thing. It's like series that have been on for years. It's like, does that still count? You know?
Yeah, exactly. Ray Donovan.
Oh yeah.
Walking Dead. Fear the Walking Dead was on last night.
Oh really? Yeah. I still don't know what the UK. Yeah.
It was on in the UK last night.
Was it?
Apparently.
Channel Fox.
I've no idea, but apparently it was on last night. So I got it anyway. I've got it downloaded. So what else? Wentworth. I'll just leave it at that for now. Ones I liked before. Saved by the Bell. Underbelly. James Bond Jr. The old Spider-Man cartoons. Secret World of Alex Mack, Sister, Keenan and Kel. Rugrats.
Rugrats was classic.
It was. Buffy and Angel. Goosebumps.
Yes. Are you afraid of the dark?
Oh dear. Millennium.
Oh yeah.
I'll leave it at that because otherwise it'll get too big.
Yeah.
But yeah, there was a lot there was a lot before I used to like when I was younger. You know.
Right, I was just looking up the UK air date for.
That was last night because I thought in America it was the 26th.
Saying 31st of August.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe it was on early over here then.
AMC Global. By the looks of it, it's only BT customers.
Oh, BT customers get everything.
Fuck you. That's because they pay a fortune.
Ooh.
So I grew up, like, when I wasn't watching cartoons, stuff I loved was...
Hold on. It's Go Topless Day today.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
Hey! I was looking up to see something.
Come on, take it off.
Go topless. Let's say that's a lot. Annual day said by white women to appear topless in public.
Oh, okay.
There you go. Hey, that's so weird. You know, I'm gonna have to remember that date for the future, so I can just say to put it straight.
You want to go to Donna? Here you go.
I can't believe that. But go on, carry on what you're saying. Sorry, I butted in there.
No, fine. No, I mean, when I wasn't watching cartoons, I loved stuff like Red Dwarf, and I loved all the British sitcoms, like Basil, 40 Towers, and Open All Hours, and all those kind of things. You know, the classics. I loved classic comedy, like the Two Ronnies. There was Hale and Pace, French and Saunders, Morecambe and Wise. You know, all those things and everything.
Yeah.
I feel like they influenced me a lot when I was younger. I loved stuff like Mork and Mindy. I loved older stuff. It was bizarre because there wasn't much on at the time that I was, you know, as a kid. You know, I mean, I guess that was because obviously that was the kind of thing that I was allowed to see.
What about Get Smart?
Oh, Get Smart. No, never saw Get Smart.
You never saw Get Smart?
No.
With Don Adams?
No, I never saw Get Smart. I feel bad. I loved like Mission Impossible and Hawaii Five-O and all that stuff, but I don't remember. Oh, like Land of the Giants, Voyage to the Bottom of the Sea. I don't remember Get Smart at all. So I loved Murder, She Wrote and Columbo and.
You love Columbo, didn't you?
I do love Columbo.
Let me tell you something about Columbo.
It's so stupid.
Columbo is stupid in the fact that you always know the killer is because he's always stalking him in every episode.
Yeah, exactly.
It's ridiculous. There's no difference. Like, he'd be like, oh, hello.
He always knows who it is. It's just like, you know.
But Murder, She Wrote is classic. It's dated now because we've all seen it millions of times now.
It's just so funny watching it, you know, as an adult, looking at it logically, and you're just like, seriously, these are the worst cops ever. They're just letting this busybody novelist, I mean, we've got it now with Castle in a way, but it's just like, what police force just lets this old lady author go round and arrest people? It's just
I don't get that. It's like Father Dowling.
Oh, yeah.
And what about Pie in the Sky?
Oh, yeah, Pie in the Sky was hilarious. But you know what, though? It's awful, because whenever I think of Pie in the Sky, I think of the guy that was in it when he was in the Naked Gun movie. Was it Naked Gun and 33 and a Third? And I just always think of him in that. So I can't see Pie in the Sky without thinking of him as that twit.
It's funny, because I think about detective shows, and I think about how they've got more and more stupid.
Yeah.
And I think about how back in the 90s and 80s they were even worse.
I know. It's so funny because, like you say, you look back at those and they're like, wow, they're really cheesy. And you're like, we've come a little ways, but at the same time, it's the same old stuff kind of thing.
Just like shows like Castle.
Yeah.
They're fun and that, but at the same time, you can't take them seriously.
No, exactly. It's so predictable and that.
Fear the Walking Dead. That sucked. It's BT only in UK. How was it, Malk? As the internet seems to think it's a flunk.
Apparently, from what I've seen of the headlines, a lot of people are saying it was a really slow pace kind of.
Oh, come on. The first episode of The Walking Dead was slow.
Well, yeah, exactly.
Do you know, I haven't watched it yet.
Have you not?
No, I got up. I didn't have enough time. It was either watch that or be late to the gym. So I haven't had time. Well, I got in, it was 12. So, but I did skim through it. And it did look all right. To be honest with you, I think it could be all right. I think it sucks that it's for BT people only.
Yeah.
I don't see how that should even be an option.
I'm not seeing anything to say it's on anything else. So
I'll send it to you if you want.
Yeah.
There you go.
Please. I'd be really grateful.
And if Donna wants to see it, she can see it as well. If it ain't on. But from what I've heard a lot of people point down and say it's the thing. But the problem is, if you want to start something good, it's got to be slow. Because you remember, this is at the start of the outbreak.
Yeah, exactly.
So they're not all going to have zombies just throwing themselves everywhere.
Straight away, yeah.
And that, are they? So I think people expect too much too soon.
Especially like a pilot, because the problem is with a pilot is, I mean, probably didn't happen with, say, the Fear the Walking Dead, because they were probably obviously just, like, it was probably just commissioned straight away. But a lot of pilots, they have a lot of setting up to do and stuff, and they have to impress the networks enough to be commissioned, kind of thing. So a lot has to be put into a pilot to get it to go forward as a TV series. So.
Well, the whole point of this is supposed to be for their family, and it's supposed to be focusing more on the family and drama aspect, because it's when the zombie outbreak just started.
Yeah.
And
well, you've got to introduce those characters, and you've got to build it up and stuff, haven't you? So.
And personally, I thought the first episode of The Walking Dead was a bit slow, but the thing is, it got better, because what people expect is they expect big things to happen straight away. What we've got to understand is a lot of people nowadays, like I've said before, their attention span's so slow and so not there that you have to have bang, 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 bang to keep people watching. It's the people that invest in a lot of times. Like, there's a good example is Game of Thrones, right?
Oh, yeah.
There are some episodes of Game of Thrones where nothing happens, right?
Yeah.
But everything happens at the same time, right? Because it goes from being all action with the dragons and everything to being something you've got to think about and you've got to see. Like, oh, look at Littlefinger, Peter Baelish doing that sneaky maneuver. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
So I feel like if you want to watch a show, you've got to watch at least 3 or 4 episodes to fully understand the show before you can judge it. So, you know, don't always listen to what people say on the internet or that when it comes to stuff, especially the pilot, because it's just the beginning.
Yeah, exactly.
I've still got the Minority Report pilot to watch.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it doesn't look good. I'll put it that way. The guy is no Tom Cruise. Let's put it that way. But it should be interesting.
Yeah, I've not seen that, so.
So far, I think tonight I've got Fear the Walking Dead to watch, Minority Report, and Ray Donovan.
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah.
You got them like queued up.
Yeah, I might watch Ray Donovan. Might watch Fear the Walking Dead late at night. See if it helps.
Cool.
I don't know.
Do you want to see that picture of one of my Dagoos now?
Yes, please.
Not interesting, but
it's very interesting.
There's you.
Hey, I'm the Dago. I'm one of them. Look.
There you.
Let's have a look.
Very dark.
Oh, hello. Hello, little fella. Ah. Ah.
Like a mini squirrel.
Yeah. Very nice. I like
but
it. So
you'll get this. This is the best bit. So me, they're absolutely terrified of. Mulder, they love to bits. Mulder is the most amazing being on the planet, apparently. Even when he's shoving his toy up against their cage wall.
Well, what do they do when he's in the area?
Oh, they come over, they run over to the wall and start sniffing at him. At the cage wall and start sniffing at him, and they make this, like, little cooing noise to him and stuff. It's really just bizarre.
Does he talk back?
Oh, he just, like, licks them, and then he'll go get his toy and he shoves it up against the wall, of the cage wall.
Well,
and
so
we even found, when Donna came round Sunday night, I went over to him, and he had actually put 2 of his toys on the chair that was beside their cage. My dog is so seriously dense.
Do you know what that tells me? That tells me that they communicate.
It's like they're communicating, it is. But Donna, I'll tell you, she sat down beside the cage earlier, and they were more interested in Mulder than they were in her, so
they're communicating.
It's weird.
He went
down and laid beside the table that their cage is on earlier, so...
They would have thought 2 completely different, animals.
I mean, we're talking about a big dog that's really boisterous and really over the top, and yet me, if I sit there with my hand just in, not moving or anything, they will scurry away.
Wow. I always knew cats and dogs could communicate, but I didn't know.
Yeah, such tiny little animals could, yeah.
So that means no matter what animal language you talk, whether it's beep, 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 or woof, woof,
Yeah,
whatever,
not like
you
foreign,
talk.
yeah.
Like, so it tells me that they're like Pokemon. They can actually communicate no matter what the language.
Hopefully Don's still here to back me up on this one, because it was so fun. But
so I wonder.
It's bizarre, isn't it?
So I wonder if you get a dog from, let's say, Japan, and you put them in Mulder, if they talk or if they're separate because there's a barrier.
Yeah.
Because it's got me thinking now, because that's got to be more than them just looking at him. Because to put the two toys there as well when there's two of them.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I didn't even think of that, but that is interesting that he put two toys there and there's two of them.
Yeah, exactly.
I didn't even think of that. That's
what shows they're communicating, you know?
It's just so funny because, I mean, they've been at the pet shop. They've had no reason, you know, they've not interacted with dogs and stuff like that. So, and then this big white thing comes, shoves his nose at the cage wall and is licking them and everything. And they're just like, yeah, this is nice. It's just like, what?
Mulder's, you got to admit, Mulder isn't scary, is he, really?
Oh, no, he's a big... It's people that are more scared of him than animals. I mean, look, I had the rats that kept climbing all over him and everything, and he just laid there and was like, yeah, this is nice, you know, kind of thing. So.
Oh... You know, the one thing I love
He's very protective, though, of little things. This is the thing. It's like if the cat goes near them, I mean, say Shadow was laying on the chair that was beside their cage earlier. Now, she didn't do anything, but the second she moved, like to stretch out, because Mulder was walking in the vicinity, she laid out to stretch out for him to sniff her. And when she moved, the day goose started squeaking. So he ran over and pushed Shadow and then looked to the day goose. It was like he thought she was doing something that was scaring him. So he's very protective.
Well, pets are kind of funny, especially with Zoo on telly now.
Yeah, I know, right? Have you seen this? There's this show called Zoo where the idea is that the animals are like turning on the humans kind of thing. There's like these lions that are escaping the zoos and stuff, and they're like attacking random people, and the cats have all left their homes and they're living up in this tree and stuff. It's really...
Why would they live in trees and they could just kick the people out the apartments and live in there?
Right? I just attack them and like until you got the apartment to yourself.
Do they talk? Do they talk?
No.
So they're not like Caesar in...
It's a really stupid show, to be honest. I watched it. I watched the first episode. I'm going to watch the next episode, but it's so stupid.
Do you watch it? Do you watch it and have a look at Mulder and go, please don't turn on me?
Yeah, I know, yeah, right. My God, that dog can't live with me at the house for 5 seconds, let alone if
Did you know they said that there's millions and millions and millions of insects, and if they all decide to attack us, they could kill us all within days.
Oh, they could. Yeah, there's so many. They outnumber us by like millions to one, don't they? So billions to one, even.
So people have always wondered. Scientists always wondered why they don't.
Yeah.
You know, it's a very interesting thing. You know, when you watch them like on documentaries and stuff.
Yeah. That it's all living in harmony, kind of thing.
It's like when moths attack your face. You know, when you're seeing someone, they keep attacking your eye, like down there.
Yeah.
They reckon it's because they see the reflection of the light in your eye and it's going...
yeah.
Strange, but true.
But it is amazing, you know, it's true what they say. You know, if humans can't get on with you know, if animals can get on with each other, why can't humans, kind of thing? It's
because we've got too much fault.
Ego, yeah.
You got to remember, we think too much. Because we think so much, we have a barrier that holds us back because... animals don't look at each other and go, oh, look at that person over there, they're disgusting. They don't think that.
No, exactly.
We do.
Yeah.
No,
they don't treat each other like shit.
Yeah. We don't think we're entitled to things. We think we're entitled to things. They don't. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Cats and some other animals are very tutorial. But they don't, you know, if you kick them off, you can kick them off. You know?
Oh yeah, they're not gonna like turn around and rip your face off.
If I grab hold of you and I push you like that, right, You're going to be like,
You're
what the
out that
fuck?
house.
Right?
Yeah.
Exactly. You're going to be like, what the fuck's going on? You know, a cat looks at you, walks off.
Yeah.
Maybe ignores you for a little while. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
So, with all the things that we have that make us the way we are, in a way, hold us back from being that way.
Yeah.
You know?
But it's an interesting experience with the new animals. So.
It is. And, you know, it's really nice that Mulder likes them so much.
Yeah, exactly. I didn't doubt him because he attaches to stuff very quickly. It's like, it's weird because if somebody else brought an animal in, he would be very territorial. And yet, because it's like I've brought him in immediately, he's like, I love this. This is mine. I'm going to protect it. You know, kind of
That's
thing.
because it's
I was
the
more
ultimate
worried
trust.
about them because he's always at their, you know, he's curious. You know, he's always there, kind of sniffing. I thought they would be really scared of him, but the fact that they're fascinated by him is hilarious.
I think it's because he trusts you so much, you know. And when
Yeah.
you have an animal that loves you and trusts you so much, it's like it's better than almost anything because they'll do anything for you. You know?
Yeah.
If
I
somebody,
love the pictures you put on Facebook recently, your growing up ones, with you,
did
and
you
you
like
changed your
them?
profile picture.
Oh,
Yeah,
the
that
one-
jacket, that was amazing. That leather jacket.
Yeah, I did ages ago. It was kind of funny because I went through a phase where I used to dress up in jeans and everything.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of stories about that. But
All right.
the
I do like your profile pic with your cat.
the profile pic was when I think I was like 17.
All right, yeah.
I think I was young, and I was a lot younger because in that, you know, the hoodie I'm wearing.
Yeah.
The hoodie I'm wearing in it has a Scarface Tony Montana picture on the front with dollar signs down the thing.
Oh, really? Yeah.
That's how I know it's years ago because I tell people now I'd never wear that now. Right?
Yeah.
Never. But back then I did.
Yeah.
And I remember I used to spend so much time with Middy, and to be honest with you, Middy was probably the first, well, not really the first, but he was probably one of the only cats that I ever fully cared about, you know?
Yeah.
We had loads and loads, and I loved them all, but there's always your favourites, you know?
Yeah.
And Middy, I knew, because it's funny, because I have his ashes upstairs, don't I?
Yeah.
And I was I'm getting a bit emotional.
Sorry.
No, hold on.
No, if you don't want to. Yes.
Anyway, let me explain it properly. I'm trying to explain it without getting upset now. It's so bad because he's been gone for over nearly 3 years now, and I still get upset over it.
It's still, yeah.
When Middy was born, he was born in our flat.
Yeah.
He was born under my 9-in-1 soccer table. You know the old tables where you did the pool.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And there's John. Good afternoon, guys. And Donna said, "Be right back."
Okay.
So he was born under there, and 4 kittens died.
Yeah.
And it was him and his sister Donut that lived.
Yeah.
Donut was called Donut because she was a tortoiseshell, and she had a very, very ugly face. It wasn't she wasn't the best looking tortoiseshell ever, you know.
Right. Yeah.
But she was small, and she was cute, and she was lovely.
Right.
And I remember picking up Middy. He was like this small, right, at the time.
Yeah.
And I put him in my hand, and I held him. I remember looking at him like, going, and he had his eyes like this. You know, like cats do when they're young, you know. And after that day, that was enough. I fell in love with him, you know.
Yeah.
And me and him used to do everything together when I was a kid. He got bullied by the other cats.
Yeah.
And I got bullied at school, so we'd sit in my cupboard,
yeah,
and my wardrobe, and I'd eat cat biscuit with him.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, really?
I'd eat cat meat with him, cat biscuit. I'd share food with him. We'd spend time together. He'd sit on sides high up, and he'd go like this whenever I walked by.
Aww.
And I'd carry him. And do you know what cemented him as amazing? We had 10 female cats, and we had about 5 boys at the time. Right?
Right.
He got boy one. What he'd do is he'd run in, he'd jump on one, hump her, right? And as the other guys saw him, went for him, he'd leg it. Right? 10 minutes later, 10 minutes later, he'd come right back in and finish the job. It was so
you're like kindred spirits.
He was so good at it, but he got 7 out of 10 pregnant in the same week.
Really?
Right?
Wow.
It was awesome, right?
Yeah.
But he started getting a little bit weird because after about 10 years, he started trying to hunt boys.
Right. Yeah.
Boy cats.
Qualities
And
as well.
he kind of had a weird relationship. I had a cat called Ferociousness while I lived at my nan's because I always had him with me. And I'd walk in the bedroom on my bed and he'd be on top of him, humping him. Right? And Ferociousness would be looking like this. Where he was on top of him. And I used to be like, okay, right? Ferociousness died, sadly. I don't know what happened. I think I might have rolled over him in the night one time because he had this thing about sleeping under the cover.
Oh, yeah, Shadow has that.
And being a big kid in a lot of senses, I guess I might have rolled over on it, you know?
Yeah.
And he got up and he was moving all drunk one night, like, and then he just died with blood on his cheek.
Oh, no. Yeah.
So we ended up with Little Mids, and Little Mids lived with me and Middy, and Little Mids was born with an eye, which basically was the wrong way round.
Yeah.
And as he'd grown older, it slowly started moving.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Yeah. So I've got pictures of him, which I'll put up, and you can see half his eye, but the rest of it is, red.
Yeah.
So I got him because my mum gave him away somewhere, and nobody wanted him. They bought him.
Yeah.
Disgusting, this horrible creature. Who would want someone with a fucked up eye like that? You know?
Oh, yeah.
And I was so pissed off with it because before they let him go, I used to go, that's Little Mids. All right. So my nan said I could have him because I lived at my nan's at the time. And I remember the first night, he went for my eyes constantly, the cat. I don't know why. But I'd go like this, to go, hey, and he'd be like, trying to get me. I'd go, how you doing? You all right? So I used to, so he jumped at me one time. I actually caught him by the throat, right? Because he was like, on the floor, not in the air. Yeah. And I was like, stop it. All right. I looked at him. There was one time I even grabbed hold of him and I went like this, in his face. And he went like this. And after that, he started being more nice to me. And I put him down beside me one night in bed because he seemed a bit weird. And it was still really small still, And I put a pair of my joggers around him and I was laying there and the first thing, next time I woke up to him still sitting there looking at me and he leant over and went, right? And then he got along, but him and Middy were really close.
Yeah.
And little one ended up dying of kidney failure.
Oh.
Yeah. Because we took him to the vet multiple times and they said, oh, he's getting better. We did an operation. And then he wasn't, because you always find with cats, normally after something happens, they're gone. They're gone.
Yeah.
No matter what you do, you find that, Yeah. It's so depressing because we took him to the vet and I remember getting put down. I remember my stepdad was with me, Kevin. And one of the most awkward bits ever happened. I fell on my knees and my head was right in his crutch. And I was like, oh, Kevin, no, But he was like, Mal, get away from my crutch. Because I was like, But you don't feel about that at the time when you're upset.
No, you don't think when you're upset,
Well, Middy lived at my nan's after I moved out and I used to visit every couple of days. So I kept him up there and I'd see him, because issues I had with other people and Yeah. Well, one day, I got a phone call saying Middy won't come out. He seems to be distressed at like 11 o'clock at night. So I went round there and it turned out that I went in and I went, Mids, you there? And he went, meow. I went, Mids, come out. Meow, Middy, He came out and his eye was bleeding.
Yeah.
It was pouring blood, right? And I picked him up, I went, what's the matter? And I looked at him and it turned out what had happened is he had this red bit above his eye there.
Oh, yeah.
And it turned out that bit was a tumour.
Oh, yeah.
Right? But I just thought it was, when you
like
look.
Been fighting or something. Yeah.
Well, I thought it was some sort of itch, like one of those, I don't know, like allergic reaction thing, because it didn't look like a tumour.
blister. Yeah, that's what Shadow had whatever it was
looked,
she'd been shoving her face
yeah,
in.
it just looked like a red mark area,
Yeah.
like a little bit of irritated skin.
Yeah.
So I'm holding him, I'm hugging him, and I'm holding my hand with kitchen roll on his eye.
Mm.
And I'm begging my dad to take me to the vet.
Yeah.
And my dad and my dad, they're both like, you should go in the morning. And I'm like, I'm not going in the morning, we're doing it tonight.
Yeah.
Because if we go in the morning, he might bleed and die.
It could do anything, yeah.
Or it could get infected and it might be worse. It might be
Yeah.
manageable, because I didn't know it was a tumor at that moment.
No, you didn't know. Yeah, exactly.
So we get to the vet. The vet screams at me, says to me, "You're an inappropriate pet lover. How dare you do this to your cat? Your cat should have been here at least a month ago. You fucker." That was what it was like. I'm standing there like, I've let my cat down,
Yeah.
So he goes, I think the best way is to put him down because of me. And I'm hugging him for a whole hour, crying, before he gets put down. And when he gets put down, I was so upset because my dad walked out because my dad couldn't handle it.
Yeah.
And I remember they were holding him by the throat and that. I remember it irritated me. I know they had to do that to put him down and stuff.
Yeah.
But it really irritated the fuck out of me. I was holding his paw and he looked at me. And just as he died, he looked at me like this and went, just as he passed on, And I cried for a long time. And I went outside and saw my dad. And my dad ignored me for about 3 minutes. And we got to the car and he said to me, he was being strong for you. He loved you, that cat. He really did. And we were crying, me and my dad. And we were on the way home. And I remember getting home that night, and I remember just being so destroyed because that cat was my everything at one point. It was a big part of who I was.
Yeah.
And it was a big part of my life.
Yeah.
So it was very, very depressing. And my dad paid for his ashes for him to be cremated and put into a thing for me. And I've had it ever since. I've had it ever since.
Yeah.
But it's it's very depressing. I had him for 18 years.
Yeah.
And when you have an animal who's not really an animal anymore because they're part of your life, they're a big part of your family. They're the reason you are so happy.
Yeah, exactly. They're the things that keep you going a lot of times.
When they pass on, it's like losing a brother, sister, or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it really got to me. It still does, and I think it's one of the worst losses I've ever had in my life. And that sounds silly, but No,
I mean, even you had him for 18 years or whatever. My God, I still the first pets I had when I moved in here. I think I said last week I was celebrating my 8th year last week in my place. And the first pet I had when I first moved in is I had my white rat. His name was Spike. And a few months later I acquired a dog, Zebby. And Zebby was like 4th hand when I got him. Or even more. He'd been through so many hands before I got him, and he was quite old. And initially, I was prepared to. I wanted to give him back because I was new to the place, and I didn't want a dog that was going to be gone by Christmas, kind of thing. But I had both of them for like 18 months or something. And when they both went, it was they make such an impact on your life. My God, every rat that I've had since has never measured up to Spike, and that's not a put down say to Guinness or that, because Guinness was special in his own way. But I'm just saying, you do end up, you don't mean to make those comparisons, but you immediately compare, kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's like, Mulder is a very different dog to Zebby was, and I've had Mulder obviously a lot longer. But for the time that I had Zebby, he was very special, and considering he'd been through so many hands and he had no reason to trust a human, he was very gaunt and that when he came to me, and by the time that I had to have him put down, it was absolutely the transformation, if you know what I mean. And I think it helped because because I then got Shadow as a kitten, and he'd gone through problems with cats in his past, and the fact that those two were so together, kind of thing. But my point, sorry, was just it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
If it's a long time or a short time, the time that they're with you is so impactful, kind of thing.
Yeah, of course. I mean, little one, I had him for 3 years, and when he passed on, I was gutted then.
Yeah, exactly.
Because it doesn't matter. Life's a life. It doesn't matter how long it is. Any time you spend with anything, whether it's person or animal. Let's say, for instance, I spend time with, I don't know, let's say I make a friend on YouTube, and I'm talking to them for like a month.
Yeah.
They pass on. That's going to devastate me because there's so much about that person that's impacted me in that short period.
Yeah.
Because everybody teaches us something, whether they're a person, an animal, an insect who we look after, whatever.
Yeah.
There's something about everything that teaches us something,
Yeah.
And I think when it came to Middy, I think it taught me a lot about myself,
Yeah,
and
exactly.
I think that ended up being a real growing for me,
No, yeah.
And I think when you know what it's like, if you have a gerbil and they pass on after a few months, you've still had and loved that gerbil.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's like it's the same, as you said.
Yeah.
What's this? Alex said, "Welcome. You are 9,999. Whatever. Visitor of the day. Click the link to claim your prize." No idea. John put, "Now you're going to make me cry, Malcolm. All three of us are very keen on the love of pets and the sadness that goes along with them when they get sick."
That's like I was watching this video I found of Zebby with Shadow back when she was little, and she's playing ball with him, and I was just like, oh, back in the day, that kind of thing.
Well, it's funny you say it because I had a lot of videos of me and Middy and that.
Yeah.
And over years, my dad took the phones off me and gave me new ones.
Oh, yeah.
And at the time, I never thought, YouTube, Facebook. I never thought about any of that at the time.
No, yeah.
And now I'm like, if I ever go to England again, I'm going to get my dad to give me all the phones so I can try and rip them of shit that I know are on there. But there's a video on one where I'm pretending I'm humping a cat. Right? And I know it sounds really bad, but it's the facial expressions.
No, it's yeah.
Because I'm not pretending to hump them for real. I'm just taking the piss out of people who have sex. You know what I mean? Because at the time, I hadn't had sex, so it was funny. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
It's funny when we look how far we've come now technologically. I mean, like, I could have sworn I had tons more videos of Spike, and I'm just like, I can't find those videos now, and I don't know if they've been lost in like moves from computer to computer and stuff like that, or corrupted files and stuff. But then when you watch those videos back, especially like say like my stuff is filmed on my own phone or something, and you're like, wow, that compression is awful,
John says, "I need to go. Hope the rest of the chat goes really well. Talk soon, guys. Bye, John."
Take care, John.
And Alex says, "I will feel the exact same when Max eventually passes." It's funny because I think things like YouTube and Facebook have taught us, but nowadays we don't ever have to lose anything.
Yeah, exactly.
And when I think about my life, I think, wow, I've lost so much stuff that I could have had on there which would have been safe.
Yeah.
Whether it was pictures of the cats, whether it was pictures of me as a kid, whether it was this or that. And now I think to myself, if I could go back in the time machine, I'd pick up all those photos and then upload them.
Yeah. Oh, shit.
So about that, I'm back. Welcome back, Donna.
Welcome back, Donna. Did you want to see this little video quickly of my dog playing with my cat?
Sure. If we can see it, sure.
Yeah, that's if it'll show it.
Because sometimes it stays black screen, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. I'll try. It's not important. Yeah, you just like wave it. Can you see that?
Oh, we can see it.
Okay.
Bad quality because it was back then.
It's really bad quality. It's phoned on my old Nokia.
Is that Zebby?
Yeah, that's Zebby.
Ah.
Right. Shadow is only about 9 weeks old here.
Ah, look at that.
Look, she's got a ball.
Oh, oh.
Look, plop.
Oh. Was this when you moved in?
No, it was like the following year, but I'd got changed TVs because the old TV had broken down. So.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, sorry.
That was good. I like that.
I just thought it was funny.
You gotta love a tiny cat that jumps up at a massive dog, haven't you?
Right. That's what she's always been like. It's like, you know, it's like if Mulder messes with her, it's just like I just leave her to it because I'm like, yeah, she can deal with herself.
So how old is Shadow now?
Shadow is 7.
And Mulder is?
He is 6 in October.
Wow.
So yeah.
Because you've had Mulder since he was a little pup, haven't you?
Since he was about 10 weeks old.
Yeah.
So I'll have had him 6 years January. Start of January. So it is amazing where that time goes, though. It's just like, lovely.
It is. It's amazing, and it's funny because it gets to the point where you just can't imagine anything without him.
No, I know exactly.
You know, I think when it comes to big dogs as well, or whether they're little dogs like Jack Russells or that.
Yeah.
I think not only are they great companions, but they're great security as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Because it's like we said many times before, with someone like Mulder, so lovable and that. Yeah, I swear, when I'm sure if he had to be, he'd probably be the most fierce as well.
Well,
you know?
just before the chat started, I went to make a cup of tea. You know, before about 8:15.
Yeah.
And I went to go make a cup of tea quickly before I then realised I needed to bloody reboot the computer because Hangouts wasn't working. And Mulder was barking like crazy, and I was like, what is it? And I stuck my head out the door, didn't see anything, so I went back in. And all of a sudden there was this knocking on my kitchen window, because my kitchen is at the front of the house.
Yeah.
And it's the next door neighbour. He's like, it's just me. And I'm like, okay. So I was like, hang on a second, thinking he wanted something, and I just hadn't heard him knock at the door. And he's like, no, I'm just saying that's why he's, I'm out here, that's why he's barking. I was like, oh, okay.
I'm just going, yeah, that's why it's barking, because I'm out here.
Yeah, I'm just teasing your dog, you know, kind of thing. Bloody neighbour.
I always love these people. I always have these, you know, those people that put on their things, beware of dog.
Yeah.
I always think, why do they do that? Because if you're indoors and somebody thinks, ha, I've got in. Oh, shit. I'm you know, mate.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, Shadow's always been big. From when she was quite young, Donna said Shadow got big quick if she was just 9 weeks.
It's funny because with cats, you find that they go from being so tiny.
Yeah.
I remember when...
Yeah.
I remember a little one. I remember when he was like, it was only a few weeks old when I first saw him.
Yeah.
And as the weeks go by, they get so much bigger.
Yeah.
And then by the time they're like 2 or 3, in a lot of cases, they stay the size they are.
Yeah.
Right? Sometimes they grow. It depends on, you know, like what kind of, you know, the genetics.
Yeah.
But I was like, wow. What? Like, it's like that joke about when men walk around the corner with like their nieces and they look and it's a big woman. And they go, you know, it's a great thing.
No, actually, she was older than 9 weeks. I apologise.
Oh.
I was just looking at the date on it. She must have been... Oh, actually, no, not much older. Well, hang on. She must have been about 13 weeks, sorry. So not much older, but...
Oh.
Sorry, I was just looking at the date on the stamp, the properties.
That's all right.
July of 2008, so she would have been about 3 months old, so...
Oh, nice.
So... And now these pets that get... I mean, it's like now, Shadow's at the front door, meowing, and Mulder has been going around whining about it. So it's like, until I let her in, he'll keep whining.
Is that why he popped in and was like,
Yeah, that's why he was all, because she's out the front calling to be let in. So he likes to make sure I know about it. So
Yeah.
it's just like, oi, bitch, open the door so she can get in.
You gotta love them. You gotta love teamwork, though, but they care.
Oh, yeah, exactly. But, so we should talk about the nightmare we had on Friday with trying to do heists and stuff.
Okay, you start and we'll go from there.
You know what? It's kind of been wiped from my memory. So we're playing as me now, doing the heists, running the heists, and people just kept quitting, didn't they? They'd like join, and they'd literally be there for 2 seconds, and then they'd quit.
It was awful. Actually, it was even worse than when I was doing it.
It was ridiculous, because at least like when you did it, we were just sat there for ages, weren't we, waiting?
Yeah.
This time, they're joining, and then they quit. And even worse is they're all really crap at it. It's just like...
I can't believe we had so many kids in it with us as well. Like, how many times did they have to keep running around and alerting the scientists?
Oh, yeah, and then it took us running in to, like, quickly shoot them down.
Well, what it took you running ahead, and as you were running ahead, me taking the two guys out, and then us getting in position shooting everybody. Well, yeah. I'd like to say us shooting everybody, but every time I went to line up my shot, somebody else would shoot everybody.
I didn't mean to. It was because I was terrified of these, because we did that so many times. And then these other guys just kept taking out the wrong people, didn't they? Because they clearly, I mean, to be fair, we'd done it before. But the problem is they were being complete, and they didn't learn. They didn't because it was the same people alerting somebody. They didn't learn the fact that they'd fucked up and try a different tactic. No, they kept doing exactly the same thing.
I don't know why people do that. I've always been like, if I keep messing this up, I'm going to go a different road.
Yeah. Well, we're much happier now we've got our armoured cars.
Now we've got armoured cars, we can just run over people.
Yeah. Exactly.
I like
it when you pick fights with people. It's just like...
Well, you know, it's kind of funny because people do like to start in that game, don't they?
Yeah.
What was it? One bloke hit my car, so after the mission, I shot him.
Yeah.
Twice. Yeah. And then they chased me. Like, one guy was shooting rocket launchers at me.
No, that was the best bit about it. I was like, I didn't do anything. Don't pick on me.
It's because we're in the same crew.
Oh, no. No. We should say the best one was when somebody actually sent you a message and saying, we're leaving because the team leader is shit. Even though I was doing exactly the same as everybody else. Oh, no. Me and you, we had to cause trouble for the police to come. And all of a sudden, I'm irresponsible.
Well, what happened with that? Have you seen it? We'll get to that in a minute, Alex. Because I want to finish what we were saying, then we can go to that.
Yeah.
Because that's a good question.
Yeah.
What happened was they were on the same crew as well. And basically, it was two each on the same crew, wasn't it? Really?
Yeah.
And we were all playing. We played about 5-6 times. And I got a message saying, you should leave. Right? Because this heist leader, basically, I can't remember the exact words, is terrible.
It was something like... No, it was doesn't care about the rest of us.
That's it.
Irresponsible.
That's it. Doesn't care about the rest of us. Is really irresponsible and doesn't do the job properly. So we're leaving. These people were like 12-year-old kids.
Yeah.
Oh man. And I was like, oh. You know. And the thing is, when you do get pulled over, they're so shit, but I find myself running ahead trying to shoot people. So that people survive.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, it's terrible.
It was. Oh, you frozen then. Sorry.
Oh, that was weird. Sounded like you had construction work going on there.
No, you froze on my end.
Oh, that was weird.
Yeah, it was just ridiculous. So I'm dreading kind of Wednesday.
As for Alex's question about have you seen the reviews of Until Dawn, Tash, have you seen them?
I haven't seen the reviews.
You haven't?
No.
Guess who has? Me.
I've seen the footage, but I haven't seen the. I haven't seen the reviews.
Yeah. You know what? I remember seeing it months ago before it even had a release date. You know, like a year ago,
Yeah.
whatever it was. You know, it was first on PlayStation.
Yeah.
And I remember going, "This game looks epic."
Yeah. It was like fucking Alan Wake, but for the PS4.
Yeah, it looks like you're right. By the colour of the scheme and everything, it does look like Alan Wake.
Yeah.
Right? I was thinking when I was watching, I was like, "This reminds me of something." It was Alan Wake.
Yeah, it's very similar style.
By the way, Alan Wake's a great game. I love it.
I love Alan Wake. I know a lot of people didn't like it, but I loved it.
I love it. I never got to play the DLC, but I loved the actual game. I thought it's fantastic. I did it with the book.
Oh, yeah, have you played the DLC or you haven't?
I've never played the DLC.
American Nightmare one. Yeah.
I haven't. I probably never will now.
Yeah, it's not that great, but
unless they do a remastered version. But anyway.
Yeah.
Not saying I won't play Xbox 360.
But I wish they do it on PS4.
Not saying that I won't play Xbox 360. It's just I ain't got one. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, exactly.
So anyway, going back to what Alex was saying.
Sorry,
before I end up talking about that instead.
Yeah.
I did love to go off on things, didn't I?
We both do it, so.
So I watched the review and I thought the review seemed interesting, but I heard that the game is supposed to have about 30 different endings.
Oh, really? Oh, like Heavy Rain kind of thing.
So my question is it like Heavy Rain and Beyond Two Souls in that aspect? I did look up the trophies, but there wasn't any available at the time. So depending if the trophies are about all 30 endings, I might buy it or I might not.
That's surprising, though, that there wasn't trophies on release.
It's not released yet. It's released tomorrow.
Oh, is it tomorrow? Sorry.
I've heard it's released tomorrow.
Yeah. It's because there's so many reviews and footage videos out there. It's just that you end up feeling like it is out there, don't you?
At the moment, every month there's 3 games I want out.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh! Like tomorrow we're going to pre-order Fallout 4 and Assassin's Creed Syndicate, the Gold Edition.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm still debating the whole Uncharted Nathan Drake collection. I don't need it, but I'm just like, but it looks so pretty.
Let me do you a favour. Take the other ones, dump them in a bin, or give them to a homeless guy and say, if you have a PlayStation 3, here you go, right? And get that, because I looked at it and I was like, this looks beautiful.
It looks lovely.
I was like, I have to buy this. And do you know what? That's going to make me play the games again. Because as much as I was playing on PS3, that is what I need, you know.
Yeah.
Especially go with number 4, because there'll be the whole games together then.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, until Dawn looks fantastic. It looks a lot of fun. I like that it's got, well, look to the faces. The faces look so real.
Yeah.
But I'm debating whether or not to buy it, because there's a part of me that wants to buy it tomorrow and play it, because it's a game I've been looking forward to for a while. But then there's that part of me that's like, is it going to end up like every other game like that? Because I was like,
The Order.
it had me kind of thinking a bit about Evil Within.
Oh, yeah. That really disappointed
Not because they're the same, but because at the same time, I wonder if it's the same kind of style when it comes to the story.
Yeah.
You know? And I don't like those kind of stories because they bore me. Right?
Yeah.
I don't mind Resident Evil and that, but they bore me and they're slow. Yeah, they are. And I want to see more reviews to kind of give it more of a chance. It's a bit like the Mad Max game. I want the Mad Max game, but from the gameplay footage I've seen, it looks terrible.
Did you see that What Was Zombie U has now been being released on PS4, Xbox One, and PC?
Is it really?
Yeah. They've been like shouting. I think it's in like London or something. It's just called Zombie instead of obviously Zombie U because it's not on the Wii U. But yeah, it's now being released on console and PC. So
yeah, I might check that out.
Yeah, I keep seeing trailers. It looks a bit like Dying Light in a way because it's all first person, but it looks okay. I might check it out if it's cheap. I don't think I'll buy it at release price.
No, well, never. Siege has been pushed back.
Yeah.
I've got one for another game, haven't I? So.
Well, you know, now Halloween is not happening. I've got to do something that weekend, don't I?
What will I buy?
Well, hopefully Metal Gear Solid will keep me going for several months. You know, I've still not even gone anywhere with Shadow of Mordor or that. So
you know, that was a good game, but after a while it gets so repetitive.
I played it for a while and I got so bored after a while. And I will pick it up again. I I mean, I still own it, obviously, and I keep looking at it. I'm like, I really want to go back to that, but I just like I've been playing the free indie games and stuff, that have been on PSN. So.
Well, I started Tomb Raider last night.
Yeah, I saw you were playing that because you played.
I hate it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you can have 2 people playing it together, so I might just wait and let us play it together.
Oh, I've got it downloaded.
So we might play that at some point because
yeah,
there's this shooting and going. It's like top-down angle.
Ah, yeah.
What's this?
Oh, is it one of those? Oh,
yeah, it sucks. I hate those games.
Hmm.
You're gonna watch Rise of the Craze and Legend. Do you even have to ask? Rise of the Craze looks awful, but I'm still gonna watch it.
But yeah, exactly.
And Legends looks a little bit debatable whether or not it'd be good or not, but I'm gonna watch that and all because they're both about the craze, aren't they?
Yeah.
So I'll definitely check them out because
It's much like Ash versus Evil Dead. It looks awful, but you're kind of like tempted.
Yeah. I was never a big fan of the movies.
No.
But I did enjoy Army of Darkness.
Yeah.
And if it's anything like that, I'll love the TV series.
It looks like it's going to be like that, so because I think that's the kind of avenue they went more down, didn't they? From then on. So
sad to hear about Halloween, and I know why. Because Alex was going to meet you there, wasn't he?
Yeah, exactly. It was my secret hookup. It's
yeah.
You were talking about how that was the place to get laid. So
I think that's the truth of it. I think you don't really go there for Halloween, do you? You go there because secretly you're hooking up with everybody at these places. It's like some of those elite sex club things.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh dear.
But yeah, I've been playing the little indie games because I'm just like, I've played Sound and Shapes is really pissing me off at the moment because I've gotten to this. I completed the campaign and now I'm trying to do the little side missions and they're friggin' impossible. Death mode it's called, and it's just like.
What is it? Stealth?
No, Death mode. It's
no.
like,
what you're in? Is it the game called Death Mode?
Oh no! It's called Sound Shapes, the actual game.
Oh.
And it's got this death mode after you've completed the campaign, and it's really difficult. Stealth I've been playing. Donna is great because we've been doing like share play. It's like I need help on this, and then the second she goes to help, I'm like, oh yeah, that's how you do it. And it's so obvious, It's like some puzzles are really difficult to figure out, and then there's other ones you're just like, oh, why didn't I see that the first time?
It's like when I'm playing with Donna and we're playing a game, I always shout at her.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, I know what I've got to do. Right? Because she does this thing where she does this, Malk, you're going the wrong way. I go, I know I'm going the wrong way. But it might
I want
be
to
the
go
right
the wrong way.
Right?
Yeah.
I'm going this way to get me a different way, Donna. And she goes like this. She goes, okay. And she goes, okay, I'll be quiet then. And she goes, you're going the wrong way. I'm like, it's times that sometimes I even throw the control on the floor and go, I'm leaving. Right? And I go at the woman, she goes, come back, you big baby. I
feel bad because I share played with Donna earlier on Stealth because she was playing it at the same time I was pretty much playing it, and she was like, oh, I need help with this bit, so I went on her share play, and then I was just like, she was like, okay, I don't need any more help, so I watched for a while, and I was like trying not to tell her what to do, but it's so difficult. It's just like, you're like, I need to stop now.
That's the spirit, Malk. Well, hey, long live shit British films and long live Danny Dyer, the king of them. I wish Nick Neville was the king of them.
Danny Dyer, the king of shit.
Alex also says you have a really good voice.
Which one?
Yeah, what one of us? That's interesting. But saying that, Alex is a bit on the,
Yeah, exactly.
It's always been like that.
He likes you more. I think he likes you.
I think he likes it like this.
I played that Rocket League last night.
Oh,
and
really?
It was the dumbest thing ever. It's impossible to control, but it's so silly.
Go on.
Trying to use a car to hit huge football. I was just like, what the fuck?
I hate
I
independent.
got 3 trophies from it, so I wasn't complaining.
I like them, but I don't. You know.
Yeah. And then I tried that Entwined, which is like where you have to get like these colour bits lining up with these holes in this circle, and I was just like, yeah, I'm not going to play this for long.
Apparently, the Tomb Raider we got is supposed to make us feel better about Xbox One getting that beautiful Tomb Raider.
Oh, really? I
told
doubt it.
Donna. I told us about Friday this year I'm buying an Xbox One.
You say it's a top-down one, though, the Tomb
It's
Raider.
top down.
I haven't.
You run along and you're shooting at things, and it's like from above.
Oh, is it like? I don't like those. I can't remember because there was one I downloaded once on either the PlayStation or Xbox, and it was that style, and I hated it, and I deleted it straight away. So if it's like, I can't remember what that was titled though. So if it's the same one, then
Alex said night, guys.
Night, Alex. Take care.
Night, night, mate. Sleep well.
Who's got a better voice?
What's this? You guys do know that when you whisper, we can still hear you. That's the point.
That's the point, yeah. I said, yeah. I was like, I know he likes the Malcolm more. Like, his voice. Malcolm's got a much better voice than mine, so.
Oh, you think so?
I don't like my voice.
So you've heard a manly voice then?
No, I didn't mean like that. I just.
Can you imagine? You get a voice transfer, and you come on, you guys. Hello, everybody. How you doing?
No.
Everybody's voice is nice in their own ways. You know, they've all got their own distinction.
Yeah. I just don't like mine. I've never liked my voice.
A lot of women don't, funny enough.
Really?
Yeah. I reckon most women don't like their voices. I actually think every woman I've ever known, I think they've had great voices.
Yeah.
Until I met you.
Yeah.
No, seriously. I think every...
Good one. Very good.
But, you know...
Fine.
No, seriously. I think everybody's got voices.
No, exactly.
Every voice is different in its own way. And by having distinctive voices, we know we're talking to. You know?
Yeah, exactly.
If all of a sudden I called you on Skype on a completely different name, and you picked up on the video, not the video, on the voice, and I went, "Hey," you'd go, "Oh, Mel."
Yeah, exactly.
So you know, but
I
yeah,
don't like it when you get people who all sound the same. You know, like you get some people you answer the phone and you're like, and people they just assume you know who they are. They're like, all right, and I'm like,
Let me show you a picture of that Tomb Raider.
Oh yeah.
You know, I told Donna, so I'm going to get an Xbox One Black Friday because I want that Tomb Raider.
Yeah.
And I want the Gears of War one and all.
Yeah. Oh, that'd be awesome. Although I don't think much of the look of Gears of War 4.
No. I've only played the first one.
I saw the E3 footage and I was like, eh. Oh, have you? You only played the first one?
I think I played the second one, but I don't think I played it long enough.
Yeah.
This is what it looks like. They hopefully you'll be able to
I think Donna said she'd had to try it. I can't remember.
Well, hopefully I can show you. I'm not very keen on it, but it's something I'd play with you, you know?
Yeah.
See?
I'm waiting for it to load. Oh, that's tight. I can't see that. Fucking hell.
Let me see if I can get another picture up. I like that. There you go. That's a good example. When it.
Oh, that's awful. I hate that.
See, like this.
Oh, God. It's like a fucking World of Warcraft.
That's not what it is. It's not Infinite War, but it's like that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't like that. I mean, I'll play it with you, but, yeah, I can see
There we go.
Being...
That's a good picture. See?
Yeah.
There's Lara Croft. There.
Yeah, I don't like that style.
I hate that style. And they tell me that's supposed to make us feel good about Xbox One having that beautiful one.
No, that's sucky. I don't like that at all.
Bullshit, isn't it? But,
do we know what the games are for next month?
What, PlayStation?
Yeah.
I don't think they've been announced yet. Let me have a quick look.
Seeing as it's the start of the month. Next month. Week.
Yeah, September already.
I know. Yay, Metal Gear.
I can't believe Metal Gear's actually coming out.
No, it's like we've been waiting for it for so long. I mean, the fact that I started playing Ground Zeroes like back in last November, it's just like...
Vote to play. Players have spoken. The chosen title for September's 3 games lineup is Grow Home. Also, players will get Umbrella and Zombie Vikings at 30% discount starting September 1st through September 15th. Congratulations to all 3 titles for receiving thousands of votes in our first ever Vote to Play promotion. Next gen online multiplayer on PS4 Destiny. Okay, it shows what are still on now.
Yeah.
You've got sound, so you've been playing Sound Shapes on the PS Vita?
No, on the PS4. You can play it on the PS4.
Because it says it's only for the PS Vita.
No, I've played it on the PS4.
I guess I should really put in the PS3 and download God of War Ascension.
Yeah, I should probably do that as well.
But because I put the PS3 in the living room now, I can't download anything.
I haven't had the PS3 on since we played something on there last.
Yeah. So, me neither, other than with Donna or watching Blu-rays.
Yeah.
Because I took it out because I said to her, if we're going to play some games on the PS3, we might as well play upstairs.
I think because I had so many problems with it, I didn't want it burning out before we played another game or something. So,
yeah.
And I've been playing the story mode on GTA and stuff as well. So,
well,
I know. I finally unlocked Travis, unfortunately. But...
Oh, he's your favourite. What's this? I'm playing that Tomb Raider. I would play with you. Oh, what, mate? You want to play with me, Donna? Oh. Thank you.
She's got a new companion for playing.
Hey, you know. Try wiggle your way in now, I say. James. Hello, Tash. Hello, Malcolm. How are you both? Malk, where was the Geek Week in review of John on Saturday? It wasn't on because John was going through a terrible time. He had an emotional thing, and if he wants to talk about it on Saturday, I'm going to let him talk about it then.
Exactly.
As much as I'm sure he won't mind me mentioning it, it's not my place. He can bring it up if he wants to, but that's the reason why it wasn't on, because he had personal, emotional issues going on, and he couldn't do it.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's your question, James. And why did you turn up late?
Yeah. Well, he knows we're about to turn off. So.
Let me guess. He was editing.
Yeah. Hard editing, you know. Did you get any? Because I know you were doing some last night.
I got some done.
Yeah.
Oh, I wanted to. The thing is, I got something done. I didn't finish it. To be honest with you, I'm trying to do it, but I'm so tired.
No, you're so tired.
You know, if I'd have had SummerSlam that last night, I would have done.
Yeah, that's the thing, because of SummerSlam, and then you and Donna were playing Metal Gear 4 and stuff.
Well, the other reason I did the Metal Gear Solid one was because I was like, if I'm taking time, it'll help people be able to see that for the minute.
Yeah, no, it wasn't. I meant like you got to play Metal 4 with Donna. You got to have time with Donna and stuff as well. So,
well,
that's
important. Now I'm getting fitter. Look at this. What's this, eh? Oh, that's.
I know. Yeah, all this muscle flexing that's going to be going on now. I like how you waited for James to turn up for you to do the muscle flexing.
It's because I know he's going to cream himself over it.
Yeah.
In your words, not mine. He's probably going to go, what's creaming, mate?
Yeah. No, I got all of one line of script done over the weekend, so that was my workload.
I guess you and me were both in the same boat then.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, I know the thing is, I know if I had a couple of days to focus, I could get like 5 episodes done.
Yeah.
It's just that I just haven't had the time to focus.
No, exactly. I completely get that. I wasn't pushing. I was just asking because when we were chatting on Facebook last night, you mentioned about it. So. Yeah,
I'm open to get some done by the end of this week.
Yeah.
Hopefully Thursday.
Yeah.
It all depends on what happens and stuff, you know.
It's like my bloody headphones.
No uploading. He's uploading.
Oh, it's uploading.
Let me see something, James. When you're uploading, you can still watch stuff.
Other stuff.
It makes me wonder, when he's at the computer, does he upload something and just sit there going like this?
La la la. Yeah, he sings to himself.
He does. He sings while he's in bed.
So ask us a question, James. I just saw a new X-Files picture uploaded, so.
Oh.
With Smoking Man and Lone Gunman, so.
Oh.
James is going to be rushing around the internet now trying to find that on IMDb.
Oh. On IMDb.
Yeah.
Well, it might be on there, I guess.
Doubt it. It's literally just been uploaded on William B. Davis's.
What's that?
What's that?
Did you say what William B. Davis is what? William B. Davis?
Yeah.
What was it uploaded on?
On his, yeah, I'm not telling you.
I'm sure I can guess where it was.
I know, exactly.
But no, that's cool.
That's nice to see. It's nice to see behind the scenes.
Did the Lone Gunman look much different?
Oh yeah, they're much older, so.
So they look different then?
Not too much, but enough. It's difficult because I've seen them more recently anyway, so they don't look much different to me. So
I heard in it that the Lone Gunman work in McDonald's in the series now, and that they're there because they're under protection.
Yeah.
Is that true, or is that just a stupid rumor?
I've not heard that one.
Because I've heard that they work in some sort of fast food place like McDonald's, and they're like like undercover.
Oh really?
Yeah. That's what I heard.
I hadn't heard that one. No, I hadn't heard that one.
Yeah.
So I can't say anything on that one.
Okay. It probably isn't true, but that's what I heard.
I'm gutted to see, though, that Skinner is still bloody assistant director. I thought he would have been promoted by now, but whatever.
Yeah, he should have been promoted to Scully's lover. And I think in the Exiles they should have made some really hot sex scenes like they do in Power between Gillian Anderson and Mitch Pileggi.
Yeah, that's the real story. That's why Mulder and Scully have split.
Imagine how much you'd freak out if that happened.
Yeah, it's slightly more believable than her with anybody else.
What you should do fan reaction videos to episodes.
Yeah.
Right, and then when certain bits come up with show, you go, oh!
Yeah. Oh my god.
Because apparently they're all the rage now, aren't they?
Oh yeah, they are. Well, like I say, I mean, the Game of Thrones ones are hilarious, like for Joffrey dying and stuff like that.
I'm going to do a fan reaction to my own videos.
You should do like Malk reacts to himself years ago.
Can't stay long on William B. Davis' website. You mean, Tash? I was uploading on my second channel, so can't be here. Sorry. You could be here. You just didn't have. You could have just said hi. Nobody's going to care about your other channel now. Everybody knows about it. Oh, was he right?
Well, it was on his Facebook page, but it's probably it's on his fan page. It's on his Facebook fan page. Oh. Sorry. One of the pictures on his Facebook page. I gotta show you this. This is hilarious. This is brilliant. Look.
I want to retrieve. Does he actually put this stuff up himself?
No, it's usually somebody else usually that runs it.
Well, the picture's not on his thing, from what I've seen. It's not on his website.
No, it's definitely on his fan page though. So.
Interesting. I was going to say, because he's 77 years old, I didn't think he'd be doing that stuff.
No, exactly. Well, he does, surf.
He got married in 2011 to a woman 26 years his younger.
Yeah, she's in the picture that is on the on his page. So.
See what you're missing out, James, by not having Facebook?
It's that time.
Is it that time?
Yeah.
It's that time again when everybody shouts, it's our vacation. Yeah.
It's kind of funny, actually. It's an X-Files time. It's an X-Files in-joke time. It probably isn't, but on my clock, it was. It was, briefly.
Oh, dear.
Sorry.
It's okay. It's just funny. You know,
no, you know when you look down at something and you see something and you're like these things getting bred into you and you to recognise them and it's just like, oh my god, really?
Never apologise for having a passion, you know?
It's not even, it's just one of those things where you see it and it's just like, oh dear god. You know?
It's funny. It's funny, you know. I often say to Donna, you know, if I had as much passion about something as Tash does about the X-Files, hopefully, you know, it'd be incredible. Because I said to her, there's so much. I said, when Tash talks about X-Files, there's so much passion, there's so much love there, and there's so much knowledge.
And WWE, and you know.
Yeah, this is true, but you know, I don't talk about it like you do at all.
Oh, sorry.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm not making a dig on that. What I'm saying is, I don't talk about it to the extent you do because I feel like I shouldn't. Do you get what I mean? But I probably should. Do you get what I mean? I think for me, it's because I have so many focuses at different times. I just talk about some things and people want to talk about them.
Yeah.
But I think because your main, one of your main things, especially now X-Files is back, is X-Files. It's like incredible to listen to. You know, it's a compliment. It's a compliment over what I'm saying. It's not.
I don't mean to talk about it a lot, but like you say, I think with it coming back now, it's just. I mean, look, we just had those bloody little Titan figures announced as extra merchandise, and it's just like, dear God, I remember when we had all the merchandise the first time around, and now we're getting all these little. I don't like the Titans because one, I don't think they look that good, and two, I don't like the whole mystery box thing. But
are you going to get them though?
I'll probably get them. I'll probably buy the incentive crate ones that you can get. You know, the where it comes with all the packs, and you are more likely to get them all. You know, you'll definitely get them all as opposed to.
That's a good idea. That's a good idea.
Because if I buy them individually, it'll cost me so much more, and I'll probably just keep getting doubles. So.
You know what I normally do? Things like I normally wait till somebody sells them on eBay.
Yeah, exactly.
But if you can get me the crate.
Because I tried looking for the Firefly. You know the one you got in your loot crate, the little figure, the Firefly figure you got or something. I really wanted that, and I was just so I went on eBay, and they were all like, blind box. This is what you could get, and I'm just like, I want the fucking figure.
What you want my Firefly thing?
Firefly, the little Mal Reynolds figure that was in the loot crate, the blind box.
Oh, you wanted that? Is that one?
Well, I don't know if they do other ones from Firefly, but I wanted that one, definitely. And I was just like, so I went on eBay looking for it. So I was just like, that's bloody sod's law.
Well, if next time I come to England, if you ain't got it, I'll give you it.
Oh, no. I was just saying, because I saw, like, your you know, and somebody else did an unboxing where they pulled it out. And I was like, I want! So
I'm saying,
I wouldn't go buying them. So.
Next time I come to England, I'll give it to you, but if you haven't got one, because it's not, I like it, but it's not something that I hold precious, so I'll give it to you, you know.
It's not something I'd pay much for, you know.
You know, and I'll give you that Chicago Fire Blu-ray then as well.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
But yeah.
Or what do I call it? The what Blu-ray did you just say?
The Chicago Fire one.
Yeah. No, the that movie that you and Alex and that insist I should see.
What, Wolf Cop?
Yeah, Wolf Cop.
What about?
I should get. Yeah, you need to pick that up. Just bring that with you.
Hold on. So you want? Hold on. So you want me? Hold on. You want me to get? You want me to bring my Chicago?
No, I don't want you to get it.
Hold on a minute. Hold on. So you want me to bring that? You want me to bring Chicago? And when I'm in England, you want me to buy the Blu-ray so we can watch it?
I didn't. Oh, I was just teasing. Oh my god.
Yeah, I get what you mean. If it comes to it, I will. All right.
No, I just.
Don't worry about it. We'll figure it out. You know, it'd probably be really cheap by now.
Seriously,
I'll probably see it in CEX for like £3, and I can go, oh, okay, I can watch that Tash now.
Yeah.
No way.
I think you're getting conned out of money if you're paying £3. No, I'm joking.
Oh.
No, I was just joking because that's all you've done lately. It's just like, you should watch Wolf Cop, you should watch Wolf Cop, you should watch.
Well, you know, I was going to say, it's great.
Yeah, the merchandise. It's nice to see new merchandise coming out.
Yes, it's awesome. You know, as somebody who sees wrestling stuff all the time, it's nice because for something like X-Files, you're getting proper merchandise. Wrestling is just the same thing over and over again.
Yeah. Oh, Donna's going. Night, Donna.
Oh, good night, Donna. Sleep well.
Look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Hopefully to finish the game. She loaned me a couple of Xbox 360 games, so I need to sit down and play those at the same time.
What are the games?
Oh my god, something Pinata?
Oh, no, not Pinata. I remember that game that come out, and I remember thinking this.
I think it was something, I can't remember off the top of my head. She'll probably quickly correct me in a second. And I don't remember what the other one was.
I remember looking at Pinata one where it was on the PS3. I think if it was on the PS3, and thinking, oh, this game looks terrible, but I never played it, so it could be fantastic.
I can't remember. I think it was some Mexican. I can't think off the top of my head. I just know she really, really recommended them because she enjoyed them. So, So I need to sit down. I just haven't put the 360 on for a while to play a game. I'm just like, I have games on for the 360 that I haven't played yet, and I'm just like, would rather play the PlayStation.
You know, I'm the same. I used to play PC games a lot.
Yeah.
And now I'm like, well, I'll play the PlayStation and relax and chill out, and you know, and when I get the Xbox One, I'm sure I'll play it, but I'll only play a few games on it.
Yeah.
So one of the reasons I don't own one now, because I'm like, there wasn't that much on it. Now they're getting a lot of stuff on it, like Tomb Raider, Gears of War.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh, I need to buy these.
Exactly. I still say, like, title-wise, the Xbox One isn't the greatest, but it has got some good stuff coming. So.
Well, it's been losing out to Sony, isn't it?
Yeah.
So, you know.
Well, that's why they added backwards compatibility, weren't it, to try and get ahead again. So
it just shows it was always in the first place, and they just
I know it was all like, oh, the tech's not capable of it, and then it's just like, oh yeah, look, it can do it.
But the problem is, there's a lot of great Xbox 360 games, but
they're not included. You have to vote to get them compatible. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't like that. I don't like when you have to vote.
No, exactly.
I know. But anyway, we better start saying our goodbyes. I can't believe it went so quickly.
I guess we were late, but yeah. Excuse me. I'm sorry about that, guys. Yeah, about running late because Hangouts was playing out. But we had some great questions, and it was nice to see Donna turn up from the get-go and ask some good stuff. And it was nice to see John. I am really sorry for what you've had to go through lately, John. And Last Avenger, who asked some good stuff.
He did.
And Alex, of course. Sorry he had to leave early. And nice to see James for the last 2 minutes. So thanks for being here. But no, thanks everybody. I don't think we missed anything on the actual YouTube page. I did keep refreshing, but I
didn't see anything there earlier.
There's nothing on my screen, so I just saying comments are disabled. Oh no, there's nothing.
3 dislikes and 2 likes.
Yeah, I know. Whatever. So, but no, thank you guys, everybody that did join in. Those who watched, those who liked. Thank you so much for being here and making the chat what it is. Hope you join us again next week. And, of course, thank you so much to my partner in crime, Malcolm, for doing this. And please check out his channel and subscribe and everything like you should do. And please, if you get a chance, check out my little channel. There's nothing happening on it at the moment, but hopefully there will be soon.
But the subscribers are getting bigger.
Yeah, I know, right? You don't do soddle when everybody turns up. You
And then when
do
you
something and they all run away. Yeah.
Like ants.
No. No, everybody have a great week and hope you get to join us next week. We look forward to seeing you in the future, and take care, everybody.
Okay, guys. Thanks to everybody for listened and watched today and asked comments. Tash, thanks everybody. So I'm not going to thank them all again. I'm just going to say thanks to you all because I say it every week to almost the same people anyway. So you know what?
Yeah, sorry. Yeah.
No, I'm not. Why are you apologising?
Sorry.
No, I'm just saying to the people, but they.
Yeah. No, I didn't. Yeah.
Okay, awkward moment, eh?
I'm sorry for stealing your words, like, kind of thing.
No, I wasn't saying that at all.
No, I didn't mean you were saying that. I'm just saying.
Oh dear, one of
You're a
those
man.
days.
You'll never be right. It's fine.
I'll never be right. I'll always be in the
you're
wrong.
right. I'm the one that's always right. No.
No. Okay, let's change. I'm going to switch this all
Carrying
around.
on. Yeah.
Okay, it's going on. Thank you, everybody, for watching. I hope you all had fun and enjoyed us. Please subscribe to Tash. Please subscribe to me if you haven't already. If you want to see more videos, let me know. Just put in the comment section. More videos, please.
Yes.
All right? Because that would be awesome to say. And as always, from me and my partner in crime, the Sketchy One, we'd like to thank you all for watching and hope you have a good week and a good evening. So thanks for watching, guys.
Take care.
Take care. Bye-bye.